super fast.
It's just so weird thinking about Faksha being the magic guy. You know?
I mean,
like,
it's true.
it is. I'm just saying, it's weird to think about him being, you know, magic damage.
So yeah.
First turtle's up here. He'll go ahead and get control of it. We'll see if Onic actually wants to fight this, but King Kong, he'll try to just go for the retro battle. JP, the one to secure it. They lock down King Kong. He goes down first. They're gonna go for Brusco next. That's easy pickings for Team Liquid off the first turtle.
Right, timing was a little off there on that retribution.
Yeah.
It was not a retri kill.
Yeah, and the knockup was on point from Brusco, but Hylos was there securing that turtle for Tlph. But even then, the setup was amazing from the cavalry that, you know, that counter engage with the Hylos as well as the other members of Tlph's front lining for the Boxia. But yeah, Onic Philippines, they had the right idea. It's just that, again, the retribution wasn't really on point for King Kong.
Yeah, that's very rare to say, especially with the games that we saw yesterday. In most games in Onic 1, King Kong was on the leaderboard. Yeah. So what's up with that? We're definitely seeing a little bit more disruption coming from Tlph, considering, you know, High Lusk is in the play.
Yeah. Ooh, what the? Sanford is level 7 against level 4.
Yeah.
Edith. What is this?
I just saw that too. I was like, well, he just hit 5, but still, like, he's still capped. I don't know what happened, man. Like,
what in the world happened on EXP?
Did he double up on mid? He didn't, right?
No, I think he just. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to look back because I'm actually surprised by that.
This is my first time seeing this gentleman. I'm not gonna lie. It's 3 minutes. Usually XP laners are just, you know, getting 6, maybe going past level 6. But level 7 against level 5. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Final boss from slowed up a little bit. Usually it's jungles ahead in XP, right?
No. I think Sanford took all the EXP crap and then turtle buff and then got 1 kill. Maybe stole a bit of a minion in mid lane.
Yeah, he should have.
That's the only explanation, right?
That advantage already, you know, gives him a bit of a lead to work with.
First item glowing one,
this is kind of what you see happening here with the Paquito in Sanford's hands.
I'm so confused.
He's gonna run a calculator later on.
Yeah, I will review this game after this match.
Yeah, where all of this is coming from and what it's all leading to is, of course, this turtle, who is now, of course, boxed out very confidently by Tlph. Carl's easy up on front. JP, almost impossible to get through this guy without, you know, suffering some major damage. Kirk is here, though.
Kirk swings up. So
one side,
is he gonna be delayed because Sanford just he got the call, you know, just chill in the lane. That's fine.
Strike locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? We talk about like lack of damage from Tlph earlier. Now they don't even need a 4 magic guy. They have Sanford.
Yeah.
Massive physical damage from good dodge.
A lot of extra gold there to him too.
A little bit of extra gold. And again, you're right. Maybe the profile is, you know what, go ahead, try to build up the Radiant Armors. They're trying to bait it, maybe.
He is #1 actually in terms of gold farm.
Oh my god.
Tlph.
What the hell?
So that's the answer. We don't need any more physical damage. We got Sanford.
Sanford's going to be able to cover all of that.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why they try to set something up here. You can see Brusco seeing if they can make a play on Sanford because they see this, how he's scaling up. They're actually going to push him off turret for now. So he, despite being level 9, trading cross-map turrets, tier 1. So Sanford won't be able to do anything about that.
Yeah, but it's a bit of an awkward force for Onic Philippines. They left the Harris alone. It's a trade that is, you know, for Tlph kind of okay.
Because he's the gold laner now,
yeah,
man.
That's right.
In terms of gold.
In fact, he is the actual gold laner, you know. So it's kind of favorable for Tlph that Onic did this because you gave a lot of space for the Harriet, which also brings them a lot of like, power spike in the mid game.
Yeah, the gold is going to the right person, right? And for Tlph, I mean, Sanford already pretty rich.
Yeah, on paper, the right guy.
On paper. So we'll see. Maybe later on he'll still be the rich guy, depending on how this game goes. Obviously, the mid trio from Onyx still very controlling. We still have that Brusco, very scary on the show, so can't really say anything quite yet. But everyone's getting a lot of free farm.
Yeah, this is the difficult part here. Brusco actually going to get stunned, has Jikundo out. Exactly what I was going to say is the hard part for Brusco is trying to actually look for an angle or an opening. Who are you going to kick? Yeah. Carl TZ on the Baksha? Is it going to be JP on the Hylos? You know, these entry points is also why it's so difficult for King Kong to really contest this and just try to go in for the retribution with the Phantom Seed, and it looks like they're just too late to every one of the turtles.
Yeah, it's just, you know, these comps that Tlph play it very, very good. Because just the, you know, the prod and poke alone is so sufficient for Tlph that it takes a lot of attention away from Onic.
Superfriends already had the flicker. They're just putting pressure on the purple.
Yeah,
Purple take a couple shots from Sanford, but they just continue to just squeeze down on the necks of Onic right now.
Guys, Tlph the last song
they have control up to this point. King Kong will at least get his buff though.
Yeah, this game feels like a really bad mismatch, especially on the XP, where you see Kirk just running all the time.
Yeah.
And again, they're not able to utilize this Cho.
Yeah, not just the EXP mismatch, but overall tempo and team fight as well. Because Onic, they're looking to fight,
I don't think it's all
Leomords or Sanford.
A little bit of damage here on Severo.
Sanford ko flicker
careful, but meanwhile, Carl TZ is actually getting quite low as well.
Flicker
Here's the clapback though, the counter punch. Brusco should be able to escape, but Sanford goes in with a 1-2 again.
Sanford like
sitting on another kill, and this is not going to be good for Kirk as he falls a double for Sanford.
Sanford the GOAT in the XP lane केटा भनेको त Sanford ले ठाउँमा राखिन्छ
from the Apex Predator. Whatever hero it is, he always stands at the top, and now he is the actual carry for Tlph.
Yeah, that title is not just a title anymore. He is showing it in this game.
Do they want to go into bring him to the fight? King Kong has the Phantom Seed. Brusco trying to go in for a possible kick, but just couldn't get the angle. They're just trying to desperately hold on to the turret, and it could be bad. Kirk popping the Primal Wrath. He's able to get a kill on Carl TZ. But now it's Teddy, the true gold laner, to get a double kill.
Man, I love it. Teddy to the rescue here for Tlph with a beautifully placed Zaman Force.
This is so annoying for Onic. Like, the way Team Liquid fights, they poke and poke and poke until you make a mistake, and then they go all in. But even if you punish, let's say you punish Sanford, now you kill him, you use all your resources just to deal with one guy. Now there's 4 more heroes left. You gotta deal with Teddy, you gotta deal with Sanji, and there's 2 meat shields as well, who also deal damage on the form of the box here.
That's exactly the story of that one, because after they, after Teddy arrived, they had no bullets in the barrel. They did not have any ultimates to use on him.
They're like, pack it up, boys.
Yeah.
We don't have any firepower left.
Yeah, and that's a great play. That's a great play. Yesterday, they were using Teddy as bait a lot to force team fights. And now, it's the other way around. It's Teddy coming in later in the game and just showing off what he got. And they just don't have enough to deal with him.
People just know when to go in, when they're not supposed to go in, if they need to wait, or if they have to go. Like sometimes you would see Team Liquid Philippines go in there are games where you see Carl TZ suiciding first, JP baiting a lot of skills and spells, and then Sanford and Teddy comes in to finish the job. And in this game, it's the same thing. Like Sanford is I would say like he's the center of attention here for Tlph. Once he's forced a lot of the skills on the side of Onic Philippines, then the Harris gets to play the game.
I think you're right, especially right now where Sanford is the main physical damage dealer of Tlph. Everyone's wearing those shiny radiant armors, right? Yep. Everyone's trying to buff up against magic damage. Now it's going to be up to Sanford to really deliver that damage.
All right, first base push in, traction pulse thrown out, the shield is still up. Everything will be dropped down here in the mid lane to walk this Lord for this turret. Even with this kind of lead, they're still going to have to hold on because that Lord will be cleared out after the one charge into the turret. And that's about all Tlph.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the stream. Welcome
coming out from the Eve. If Superfriends
yo, first match ho.
So Tlph might have gone for
first match with the game for
the perfect opportunity for Superfriends to land the real world manipulation. But it's kind of hard against these mobile heroes and durable frontliners of Tlph. They can just slowly chip on the
Tlph हेर न यार गोल्डनर लाइक भक्कु नयाँ रुकी गोल्डनरसँग यस्तो खतरा खेल्छ यार
for the actual carry of Tlph. The Kimmy is farming a lot of gold right now, which is going to be
Filipino serveरमा Filipino FPS मा यसरी डोमिनेट गर्नु भनेको एभ्री टाइम
Idiot is the answer.
That's right, even if you try to go in, you're probably going to get
punished
so hard. So you're right, Sanji, he's been very silent, right? He's been the one who's ramping up slowly and slowly.
MPL upper bracket final जो जित्छ त्यो MSC को लागि सेलेक्ट हुन्छ है प्यारिस को लागि.
Yeah, Sanji already
जो जित्छ त्यो प्यारिस को लागि सेलेक्ट.
Buying an item
upper bracket
protect himself from the Claude with the Wind of Nature. This is going to allow the Kimmy to just stand tall in fights and then man up against a lot of the physical damage coming out from Onic.
सबैजना TLPS ग्लेजर राखेर नाम आछ सब्स्क्राइब नै हानेको डा सब्स्क्राइब र लाइक पनि हान्नु
in our current meta, you know, aside from
Onicको फ्यानहरु कहाँ गयो Onicको फ्यानहरुले यस्तो दिनु पर्यो कमेन्ट सेक्सनमा
the way he's playing it, whether it's that little bit of a stun that you get or just the ability to go ahead and throw out the traction pulse has been enough so far for him to actually have quite a big impact in some of these team fights. So that's what's
नेपाली भेनी
why
प्यारिस
it's such an obstacle for Brusco.
प्यारिस हो
Or
यसपालि
even
पहिला
Kirk to
साउथ
an
हुन्थ्यो
extent
तर
to try
यसपालि
to get
हल्का
something set up for Onic. They
इरानको
have to be
वारहरुले
completely
गर्दा
reactive this
प्यारिसमा
entire game.
शिफ्ट गरेको
Yeah,
छ
and to add to that, this mix-up from Sanford, right? Like, you know when Sanford's playing the Paquito, he goes full damage. But because he understands that he's just a bait in this game, he's literally just opening up the game for the Harith, for the Kimmy. He went for the hybrid Queen's Wings and then the War Axe into the Chastise Pauldron, I believe, for the Paquito.
TLPले 3-0 हान्छ है मलाई त थाहा थियो रिजल्ट 3-0 नै हुन्छ भनेर ओमेगालाई
using the shield
ओनिकले कति 3-1 हान्छ जस्तो
first skill and also the knock-up from the enhanced ult. And Onic, it's kind of hard for them to fight into this because how do you actually fight this Paquito?
Here, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier, where you
kind
of are wondering what's the direction Sanford's going to go, because he is the only major physical damage for Tlph, right? So now, well, everyone, again, I'm trying to look at the items, right? Most people are just on Radiant. He's just trying to bait it out. I think he's going to skip Oracle, and I think maybe go for Chastise on this one, or Dominance Ice.
I mean, I think he does go Chastise straight into Immo.
Immo, okay.
For the Paquito, because you just want to survive this initial team fight from Onic where they use Phantom Steed, they use reload manipulation. If you're able to go past that, then essentially you're winning the team fight.
You're probably not dying anyway, so good luck with that, especially Queen's Wings.
Lord charging in the mid. Sanford takes a couple shots. He doesn't have the ammo yet.
So damage लागिरहेको छ. Nice one there, Super Prince.
They're trapped in the real
world. Damage छैन ओइ कार्टिजले त.
He's got his own immortality picked up now, so Carl is going to be fine, but a well-handled defense from Onic Philippines. They deal with another Lord, buy some more time, and that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, and
damn man, Carl
right? They use everything on the Boxia, and they've only managed to bring him down to 20%. This is a big problem for Onic.
Again, it's not done. We do have rounds of minions they still need to deal with. This could be a ticket for TL.
Oh, whoa, Severo getting checked. He's got to go heal back up here. But nonetheless, Onic continues to clear out these waves.
Ooh, that's split.
Sanford attacking up top. Yep, they've got to split it. That's the only way they can deal some damage.
The Indo-Wood ko MSC जान्छ होला. Indo-Wood BTR I think BTR
always the threat of the reload manipulation into the blazing duet of Severo. So for Tlph, they can only chip away some damage on the turrets, but in the next few minutes of the game, Onic is going to be able to find farm on their scaling heroes. But the problem is, again,
next game देखि edit draft गर्दिनु जस्तो सारी नालेकेरा
product contest गर्न सकेको छैन. Winning a fight right now, especially for the
contest गर्न सकेको छैन edit ले गर्दा.
Waits it out. I think they can give this Lord
तर चौपट नलेकै राम्रो
and
यार
then maybe defend and then get to the point where
pick off गर्ने सकेको छैन अझै एकचोटी पनि.
That's right. We did see that earlier a good time.
हेर न यसरी ब्याक लाइन गइदिन्छ कसरी
Brusco has to flicker defensively out. He was caught in a bad angle after trying to set up, so he goes down. They're going to force the fight anyway. Under the turret, flickers used from Onic. They lose Brusco. It was an attempt, and it didn't work out for Onic.
This is liquid special, you know? Like, they understand Onic might force something. The moment they step away outside their base, Tlph, they're going to look to punish. Because you know why? They're already at an advantage. If we force battle spells on the side of Onic, then we're much stronger in the next fight.
All that results in that top turret falling down. So Tlph just playing the macro game. They've maintained a really healthy goal lead up to this point, but like I said, Midnight Lord's going to come here in a couple seconds. Onic will probably just have to choose.
It's pretty rough because 64 seconds on flicker for Super Friends, man. They're not going to have tools to contest this.
Again, that's why if you were Onic earlier, the better decision would have been to just give the Lord, stay in base, hold back, and then maybe reserve these battle spells. Now, Tlph, again, look at classic. The moment you step out of the base,
make sure like and subscribe channel.
The next time we fight,
win
now because of this, Onic is forced. They didn't take they didn't make the choice to give the Lord. They're forced to give the Lord, and now Tlph will get another layer of advantage for their side. side because now they get to push waves without
जो
battle.
जित्छ MSC को लागि सेलेक्ट अनि
10k gold lead or 11k gold lead though, I
जो
feel
जित्छ
like
यो
Onic can still
MSC
fight
मा
back.
फर्स्ट सेकेन्ड
As
भयो
long as
भन्दा
again the real world is very
Filipino
well
region
placed. As long as maybe Brusco can make a pick happen on Teddy.
Severo's
maybe.
locked in, man.
I mean,
He just picked up his Malefic Roar,
he
last
can
item.
fight. This guy can fight. They've got damage.
See if they can do it. Onic on the defense again. Another Lord, third one of the game. Immortality's in play now for Brusco. They're going to clear this out. Glorious Pathway drops down. It could come down to this as Brusco. Immortality already popped. He's gone out of the picture. And the base is going to be locked down. But they have to get through the real world manipulation of Super.
Oh, Sanford.
Sanford
Baji पनि
with a punch to the
सबैको
face.
ड्यामेज छैन सबैले मर्छ
But Teddy will capitalize
GG
another
Tlph
kill.
one
The last
sided
turret goes down. 4 members of Team Liquid are still alive. Super Prince and Kirk will do their best, but the base is so low.
one side यार केटा फर्स्ट गेम
Against Onic Philippines.
Easy नै हान्छ यार
Stampede from the
Tlph with zero mistake यार केटा हो
Take game number 1 in the
Tlph त अर्ली लिड लियो भने गेमै सक्छ केटा
style.
अर्ली लिड लियो भने गेमै
That
सकिन्छ
was a stampede if I've ever seen one, ending the game with
One side ni Andhra Raja.
11,000 gold lead against Onic Philippines. They did not give them any room to breathe.
All because Onic stepped out the base, forced some battle spells.
Right there.
Tlph initiated the last fight. They were able to take out the Cho before he was able to land any kick. Guess why? He
Tlph
had
त
no
वाइल्ड
flicker.
यार
Yeah,
कस्तो खेलेको
no flicker means no fight. No fight for Super Prince means there's just nowhere for them to fight and where for them to go.
Yeah, this was,
कसरी
it was a
dominant
good
हुन्छ यार
attempt given how bad the early and
त्यसरी
even
केटा
the
फर्स्ट
game
गेम हो
went for Onic
ओनिकले अब
Philippines. They were just-
हान्छ नि
The
सेकेन्ड
game plan was let's hold on for as long as we
सेकेन्ड
can.
गेम
with
नि
this
हानेन
kind
भने
of
चाहिँ 3-0 नै
lineup
होला
that is
यार
built
केटा
for base defenses, and there was a moment of it, but when you're thinking
Let's
about
go
at that
second
point,
game.
third Lord in, Sanford, he was the guy to start things up, especially this Paquito.
Sanford MVP
It
obviously
did wonders for them, and then that's the thing you mentioned, Midnight. It kept them guessing on who do we have to worry more about? Right? Was it Sanford? Was it Teddy? Is it even Carl Teasy to an extent? Like Sanji even was low key about it.
And Onic Philippines, like again, they were left questioning, you know, their whole reality. Like, who do we pressure?
Yeah.
Who do we go on to? And then they figured out, okay, we gotta stop this Paquito. And then Sanford pivoted. I'm pretty sure if they were like leading by 6k gold, like by 5 minutes, he would go full damage. But because Onic pivoted their attention towards this EXP lane, now he realized that, okay, there's an actual threat against my life. Let me just build utility. Let me just build some defense, survive team fights, provide utility for the Kimmy and the Harriet. And it opened up the game for Tlph, where every single fight that Onic forced, there's no actual real target for the Sonics, because how do you kill this Paquito? When you get his HP down to 30%, the HP threshold kicks in from the Queen Swings, and then you get more layers of skills or combos from the Paquito, which is going to become more of a problem for Onic, because now you got to deal with damage reduction, spell vamp, increased spell vamp, more damage, and then that's just one hero. You also have to worry about Zaman Force, have to worry about Glorious Pathway, have to worry about
केटा के मिस्टेक भयो जस्तो लाग्छ म त यार एडी त किन ट्राई गरेर जस्तो लागेको छ कन्टेस्ट गर्न छ टोटल
Well, what can we say? That's just how they play, right? They play fast, they go back to the lane fast, they take these fights relatively.
Yeah.
How do you even beat them on this map?
I don't know.
I didn't know horses can fly, man. I guess they're Pegasus now.
Unicorns.
Unicorns.
Yeah, dude, look at this Boxer Shield Unity from. Oh, okay, we didn't see it, but the moment Savero used it when it found, Carl Teasy rolled around, waited for the perfect timing, because Savero could have flickered out, by the way, like if he was spamming the button, but the timing on the landing from the Boxer Shield Unity was so damn perfect that Savero couldn't react.
It might have been inhuman reaction if he.
I mean, he's a goat.
We saw that yesterday with
Divine Judgment,
right? So
inhuman reflex.
Inhuman indeed, and we did see him fall once.
खैरेर त बोस भने के जे पाइदियो भन्छ यार Masarapp फुटमा call it time I'm his friend
I
his
think that's
nickname is
warranted, you know?
जे नि भन्ने
Look how much he tanked up, man. 147,000
ओमेगा भर्सेस फाल्कन चाहिँ हेर्न रमाइलो
If he
छ
didn't die this game,
रमाइलो त हुँदैन होला
I don't know,
फाल्कनले
bro.
डोमिनेट गर्छ त
I bet other
फाल्कन
regions good luck.
के खेलेको यार म
You know,
लास्ट
because
पोइन्ट छ यार
this is actually quite scary. Like, if you're Onic or any other team in the world, like, the question
फाल्कनले हिजो यस्तो डिसअपोइन्ट पर्फर्मेन्स दिएको छ नि केटा अप्पर ब्र्याकेटको टिम त्यस्तो खेल्नु भनेको तर यो कस्तो लाइक वान साइड भयो है केटा फर्स्ट गेममा त हल्का कम्पिटिसन दिन्छ सोचेको ओनिकले किनकि हिजो ओनिकले कस्तो क्रेजी खेलेको थियो नि यार त्यही टिएलपिएच भनेको टिएलपिएचको अगाडिसम्म त्यस्तो खेल्नै सक्दैन किनभने त्यस्तो गर्नै दिएन The turn no. TLPH, TLPH, TLPH. कस्तो खेलेको यार TLPH देख TLPH को अगाडि सब नर्भस त अब नर्भस भन्दा नि TLPH लाइक अब तिमीहरूले जे गरेर चाहिँ तिनीहरूले TLPH ले रिड हान्ने त्यस्तो गर्नै दिँदैन सुपर फ्रिन्सलाई हेर न केही गर्नै दिएन सुपर फ्रिन्सले हिजो कस्तो लेन डोमिनेट गरेको थियो आज हेर त तर अपोनेन्टलाई सान्जी छ अनि कहाँ सान्जीले त्यस्तो गर्न दिन्छ त यार My friends will cook me if TL हार्यो भने हार्दैन TL त जान्छ एमएससी एमएससी TLPS ले नै लान्छ जस्तो ओनिक आइडीले नै धोबी नै खाने हो हेरौँ यसपालि के हुन्छ जे नि हुनसक्छ हेर न पहिला अब अल्टर इगोसँग हारेको हामीले एक्सपेक्ट पनि गरेदैन अल्टर इगोसँग हार्छ भनेर अब के थाहा पछि अरू टिमसँग नि हार्ला कि इन्डोबाट नि TLPSलाई हराउन त गाह्रै छ डेफिनेटली तर लेट्स सी अरे यो फेरि को आयो अर्को फेरि केटाहरू के भन्छ सम्झाए नि बुझाए नि मन Sorry guys. के गर्नु त्यहाँ The biggest Falcon Glazer आइसक्यो केटा लेट्स गो सबैजना ओनिक ग्लेजर चाहिँ अहिलेसम्म देखेन मैले केटा ओनिकको फ्यान त धेरै जस्तो लागेको थियो त Cork underperform a lot. Cork I के blame गर्ने यार अब त्यही हो गाइस लेट्स सी ड्राफ्ट चाहिँ अब कम्फर्ट हिरो खेल्नुभन्दा मेटा हिरो खेलाउँछ होला स्यानफोर्डको त कहाँ कम्फर्ट हो त पगि त त्यही पनि कस्तो खेल्यो यार स्यानफोर्ड के मिस्टेक भयो जस्तो लाग्छ यार एकचोटि फर्स्ट अर्डरले हेरौँ केटा फर्स्ट अर्डर हल्का मिस भएको थियो मेरो होइन फर्स्ट अर्डरमा कसरी डोमिनेट गरेछ टिएलपिएचले टिएलपिएचलाई सुरुमा अर्ली लिड दियो भने टिएलपिएचले त म्यापै खाइदिइहाल्छ नि यार एकछिन यहाँ हेरौँ है के भइरहेछ यहाँ स्यानफोर्ड यो फकिङ स्यानफोर्ड लेभल 4 कसरी छ यसले मिड खायो
MMR hero as well.
Yes, and also
मिड
just think
खाएको
about
रहेछ
this,
नि त यो
gentlemen.
4ले
Like, Eden thrives on defense items, right?
Yeah.
And
सान्जी
with
4
Raiden
पुग्छ
armor, he
यसरी
stacks up. There's 4 magic guys on the side of Liquid.
Okay, यो
So, I don't
रोटेसन
know
याद
about
गर्नु
this.
पर्यो
I don't
मलाई
know, maybe we see
Nice rotation,
one
huh?
guy carry it out from Onic,
Fourth
but for
person.
TLPH, they have to play super
It's
fast.
just so weird thinking about Fox being the magic guy. You know,
I mean,
like,
it's true.
it is. I'm just saying, it's weird to think about him being, you know, magic damage.
So yeah.
First turtle's up here. They'll go ahead and get control of it. We'll see if Onic actually wants to fight this, but King Kong, he'll try to just go for the registry battle. JP.
के भयो यार कसरी हार्यो यार यहाँ 3v3 दियो स्यानफोर्ड बल्ल आयो
All of it. We'll see if Onic actually wants to fight this, but
किङ कङलाई हेरौँ है किङ कङको रिट्रिभ कसरी मिस भयो
King Kong, he'll try to just.
ओए 17 एचपीमा रहेछ नि त केटा हो लामो 17 एचपीमा रहेछ यार कस्तो लक्की यार
Just go for the registry battle. JP, the one to secure
King
it.
Kong.
They lock down King Kong. He goes down first. They're gonna go for Brusco
यहाँदेखि
next.
हारेको र
That's
कन्टिन्युसली
easy
हारेको
pickings for team. these amazing stats throughout the seasons, it's like, yeah, it was Tlph.
It's all
Liquid.
liquid.
You know what I mean?
Like, come on, guys. Like, maybe next time we make MPL.
आज पनि मुला
Yeah, and by the way, that
फाल्कन
first
हारे
game,
भने त
they
कस्तो
swept
म
Aurora.
जिन्दगी फाल्कन सक्छु
Stop.
Hey, I don't know if it's true, but maybe that's why it's liquid cooling beast. I don't
तर
know.
हान्नु पर्ने हो मेगालाई मजाले हान्नु पर्ने हो
I don't know.
Are you
They're
doing
on something.
this?
They're
Are
on
you doing
something.
this? So yeah, so
यस्तो मुला फाल्कन त्यस्तो स्ट्रङ टिम यार के भयो प्राइम मार्को और इनोसेन्ट म चाहिँ प्राइम मार्को नै भन्छु है गाइस कति हो एड त धेरै नआउनु पर्ने किन आयो सम्झाए नि केटाहरू सबैजना मुस्ताङमा ओहो मुस्ताङमा केटाहरू सबैजना मुस्ताङमा गाइस 6 मिनट चाहिँ स्टार्ट हुन लेट्स गो अब ओनिकलाई सपोर्ट हानौँ गाइस लेट्स सपोर्ट ओनिक पिएच क्वालिटी के हो ब्लर आएको जस्तो आयो त टिएलपिएचले इजी हान्छ टिएलपिएचले अब इजी हान्छ जस्तो लागिरहेछ होइन लाग्न चाहिँ तर नहानेको भए हुन्थ्यो किनकि यार अरू टिमले नि जितोस् न यार अरू टिमले नि जितोस् न यार केटा मेरो सब्सक्राइब बिना कमेन्ट हान्न मिल्छ कि मिल्दैन यार के त्यो मैले सेटिङ अन गर्ने बिर्सेँ आज तिमीहरूलाई म अब मेरो जाल देखाउँछु मेरो ब्ल्याक टीको भाडा हो आमाले दिएको मलाई केटाहरू सबैसँग मस्त ओइ यो त को अरे यो त स्मार्ट ओमेगाको कोच हैन
Dito sa on-ground
Two max
panel,
na, two
may
max.
kasama rin tayong maghahatid talaga ng saya. Introducing TNC Pro Team's coach, Etuwa!
Hello.
Kumusta
Hello.
coach? Kumusta coach? Ano mga pinagkakaabalahan natin recently?
Ngayon, nanonood lang ako ng playoffs. Ganda kasi ng mga laban. Siyempre, para maging ano pa rin. Updated pa din.
And Ito Max, we're really happy to have you here. In
Thank you.
fact, we're finally gonna get some expert insight. Kasi syempre, pag nanggagaling sa amin ni Bri, it's somewhat credible, but it's more credible if coming from you. So, first things first, ano bang meron sa first turtle ngayon? Kasi pinag-usapan namin yun ni Bri kanina, it's Team Liquid Philippines, doon sila nagbibuild ng kanilang momentum from start para matapos sila ng mas mabilis. So what's with the first turtle now?
Yun, there's a
Siguro
comment
yung
section
sa
na.
Liquid naman, alam naman natin na before pa lang, yun talaga yung ano nila, parang identity nila, yung first start. Once na makuha nila yun, alam natin nila, laro yan connected, yung pwedeng magandang gawin after nun. Ngayon lang, parang mas na-adapt na siya ng ibang team.
केटा हिजो रविन्द्र ढाडले क्रेजी खेल्दै थियो यार केटा हो
Kailangan i-adapt na mapigilan yung first start.
Pretty right
Kasi
chop,
sobrang
Brett.
ganda makuha talaga
Oh,
ng first
pretty
start
right
level nga. Sa level din ng roamer, yun, pag
चेक हान्नु न त को रहेछ होइन सकर प्लेयर के आएको यो होला होइन फोटो देखाउँछ कि देखाउँदैन मिडफिल्डर 21 years old फोटै छैन त लोड त भयो प्रीति राय फुटबल प्लेयर प्रीति कुलाङ राय नवंबर है मेरे पनि बर्थडे नवंबर में हो यार 19 नवंबर मिडफिल्डर ए फुटबल प्लेयर हो नेपालको
Since yung Pakito sumusugod, tapos si Edit counter ko, parang yun siguro yung naging tingin ko, kaya nila pinik yun. Naghanap sila ng hero na
Masarapp
pwede
solve
patapat kay Pakito.
Portugal,
Siguro
sorry
yung
guys.
naisip nila.
Okay, so medyo
Portugal or
malalim na hugot yun
malalim na
based
hugot.
on Kirk's
Parang
hero
ganun.
pool. We've witnessed it so many times from while they were here. Pero eto Max, nabanggit mo din sa akin
I
last
don't wanna
time
get
na
viral
it's
like
kind of a bit of a stretch. Looking at it, hold your
काइरी को
horses.
एकचोटि स्ट्रिम में
First
पकड़े
seed
थे नि काइरीलाई
in
यार
Liquid
केटा
Philippines is
फोन
1-3
चलाउँदै थियो होइन अनि
in
रिसेन्ट
the
एपमा त
upper
पुरै
bracket finals. Tanging
पकडिहाल्यो
F-Cup
क्या
lang
रिसेन्ट एप
ang
देख्दा
kanilang natalo. But being in the upper bracket, what would you say dun sa mga sinasabi ng tao na both blessing din siya at curse in a sense? Like, meron bang momentum or meron bang nasa stop pa yon dahil medyo malamig ka pa bago mag-umpisa? What usually happens there?
Tingin ko para sa akin may factor din yun na paglaro ka ng play-ins, manalo ka doon, makalusot ka. Sobrang laking bagay din na momentum, lalo sa team na ganyan kalakas yung kalaban. Siyempre, minsan kasi yung playoffs, yung meta dyan, nag-iiba. So, kung kayo yung una nakalaro, mas makakapanyo kung ano yung naging meta sa series nyo. Mas alam nyo yung sino yung mga priority, ganyan. In comparison na waiting ka lang, papanoorin mo lang, doon ka lang magbe-base. So, possible may factor din talaga siya once na naglaro ka sa play-ins. Pero, yung ano naman, depende naman yan sa mindset
ल्यापटप भन्दा
waiting
पिसी
na
नै
team.
किन हो
Ngayon,
पिसी नै
kung
किन
sa
ल्यापटप
scrims
काम
pa
छैन
lang, same lang naman yung meta, papasok ng playoffs. So, sabihin natin wala masyado
टिकको
nagbago.
किन्ने भए पिसी नै किन
Mas ano pa rin, mas pabor pa rin sa kanila kasi mapapanood nila yung naglaro ng play-ins. So, depende talaga siya. Kaya possible yung sinabi mo na pwedeng curse, pwedeng maganda.
Yeah, and Onic naman
त्यही
on
हो
the other hand,
अब
no, 3-1
अब कतै
din.
बाहिर
Nakita
साहिर काम
natin
गर्छ
ang
भने
effort
ल्यापटप
nila
किन्नु
when
नभए
it
घरमै
comes to
बसेर यत्तिकै
the,
गेम खेल्ने भएपछि
play-ins or
पिसी
yung
किन्दा
upper
भयो
bracket din naman na pinag-uusapan natin
तर
earlier on. I
तिमी
think
हेर्दा
yung
काम गर्दा जस्तो लाग्दैन
parang
त्यही भएर ल्यापटप
naaalala ko
किन्नु
dyan,
पिसी नै
yung
किन्नु
kung ano yung nakikita mo sa lower bracket runs na may init na teams.
And you know what? Familiar siya doon.
बाहिर
Because
हिँडिरहेको हुन्छ
he
भने त
came
ल्यापटप
from the
नै
play-ins.
किन्ने
Same with
obviously
Onic for this season. Pero ngayon, they're fighting all through it.
तर
So
मेरो
the idea
प्राइस
is what?
भ्युअरहरू सबै बच्चाहरू हो नि त
What's probably the scenario here?
बाहिर
Galing
गएर
ka sa
काम
play-ins,
गर्छ
Onic Philippines, this is the scenario. Best case scenario siguro to para sa kanila. Sobrang steamroll ng first two matches, but what do they have to do para kahit papano ay mapigilan or ma-stop nila yung
Laptop na
momentum na
kinuha
meron
lang.
ng TLPH?
Siguro, para sa akin, yung
ल कतिवटा मिलाइदिउँ भनेर किन ड्राफ्ट प्रेडिक्सनमा कतिवटा चाहिँ मिलाइदिउँ म भनिहाल्यो नि
series na nilaro
आज
nila,
चाहिँ
kailangan
4वटा है त
hugutin
4वटा
yun.
मिलाइदिउँ
Ano yung mga
लेट्स गो केटा
bagay
4वटा
na
मिलाइदिउँ
matutunan
यार
nila sa series na yun na
Tsaka
pwede nila ma-apply
big
talaga. Yun
prediction.
kasi yung magiging advantage eh. Una mo makakapa yung mas malilinis mo yung mga laro mo, may pwede ka pang i-adjust, may pwede ka matutunan. Yun yung kailangan nilang ma-apply talaga
Okay.
sa
All.
lahat na to.
All त
Ayan,
अब
and speaking of immediately,
Something
kailangan na
different,
nating
something.
makitang ma-apply ang lahat ng
ल
yan
लेट्स
dahil
गो
papasok
5वटा
na tayo sa
ट्राई गरौँ है त
for game number 2.
TLPH को फर्स्ट होइन किन चिचिल पिक गर्छ कि फेरि सोध्नु भइहाल्छ
I'd
मैले
say, compared to what we were able to see pagdating dun sa kanina.
बाक्सिया रहेछ यार
Ayun na nga. oh.
ओनीको साइडबाट ह्यारी
Yung pinili.
पग्दो लाग्छ यार
Pick pa
ह्यारी
rin yung
चाहिँ
Oo.
केटा म प्रेडिक्ट
Ito
गर्छु
na.
yung Benay ngayon.
Benay.
Ito yung
Ito
sinasabi
Chito
mo
Nolly
kanina.
na oh, Sanford,
Uy!
Benny.
Uy!
Ang bilis ng reaction. Tingin ko predicted nila na aagawin yung Pakito, pero syempre,
कति छिटो ड्राफ्ट
typical
गर्यो
na
केटा म
50-50
सक्दिनँ केटा
matchup
यति
yan.
छिटो त यार
Season 7 meta pa yan eh.
Kina-
Edward,
prepare
Rachel,
pa, Iran.
yung
So,
mga ganyang heroes, di ba? Pakito, Bene, napalitan. Expected nila na yung Pakito,
Leo Moore
madedenay.
once again.
Yung Bene, auto-pick na kay Sanford dyan kahit anong mangyari.
So ito
Same
siguro
pattern.
yung mangyayari din sana kanina
Yup.
kung kinuha ng Onic sa first two picks.
Sanford को
Pakito.
बेनी केटा लेट्स
So,
फकिङ
parang
गो
nakaramdam ata sila pero ngayon sabi nila hindi, sige. Kunin na natin
Sanford को
yung
बेनी
Pakito.
कर्कको हातमा
Tapos
पकिन
nila yung
Laning
Harith
phase मा त
still
कर्कलाई
keeping it
एडभान्टेज छ है
in
बेनी
this
कर्क
lineup. Kumbaga nakita natin na-sense natin kung
I
bakit
think Leopold
pinili
herer
ng Onic
केटा हो
Philippines
अब
na mag-red side sila kasi gusto talaga nilang
It's
i-deny
really
right from the
interesting.
start. But then, Benedetta ang naging pick-up
God
dito.
ni
So
Linas-
it's still
Linas
the
of
same
wala.
damage dealing scenario na ngayon, meron pa rin silang panibagong pantapat dun sa Claude and Age. So, will be filling up this lineup. Talk to us about this first
Kino
3 picks
Chow
ng
kaya
Onic
Kino
PH.
Chow leader sa yaar
Medyo
Bruce
mahirap bitawan kasi yan once na makita mo
Som
yung
daw
back
na yaar
shot
kaya yung
na
Bruce ko lang
bibigay mo.
pick off ano no
Auto
Chow
pick
lead
mo
ba
talaga
yung
yan
time
nasa
ko
Roman
dekin
kasi
hai
medyo pili lang yung
Som
Roman
daw
na
eh
maganda
Bruce ko
against
lang
kay
kaya
back shot. So yan, isa siya
Som
sa
dahil,
pinakamagandang pantapat sa back shot kasi pwede mong dodge yung gulong. Kasi
Alright.
yung malaking factor kay back shot yung gulong. So pwede niyang i-dodge, kontrolin yung mapa. So yan.
Gato man
Ang tingin ko,
Islas
plano
man
ng
ko rin
Onic
ka daw
dito,
Unik Islas man
possible
Galing
maglabas sila
ni
ng mga
Islas.
ibang jungle heroes
Islas
na
man ko rin
pantapat
di
sa back
lali
sa
round sa
ilalim.
match
Possible mga
Round mo
suyo,
titigda eh regal sa lahat
slot,
sa akin
pretrin, mga ganyan.
Oh.
Depende sa ano.
Okay, so kumbaga, ang
Uy, lane
nagiging
slot
dating
ban.
ngayon
Okay,
ng draft
respect
ng
eh,
Onic
King
so
Kong
far
Lai.
ay puro dive talaga.
Oo,
Yun
one
na yung
for it,
nakikita
one for
mong
it, lane
idea
slot
ng
ban.
gusto
Good
nila.
for that.
Medyo tapat-tapat lang din eh. Yung back siya, bibigay nila, de-deny nila yung Pakito Claude.
Next man
Tapos tinapalan
most
lang din
probably
naman ng
Suyo
TLPH
on sa na gano'n next
Bennett
man
tsaka Harry.
Grabe, coach naramdaman mo.
Ayan, Lancelot, Binan. Good ban yan sa
Impact,
side ng
mga-
TL. Medyo
So,
naramdaman siguro nila dyan. Siguro, Suyo, pwede Nolan. Possible din, Nolan. Kasi sobrang bilis mag-farm ng Nolan eh.
Yeah.
So, possible gumanda rin yun sa side ng Onic. Tingnan natin kung magiging option nila yun. Pero, kasi Pakito,
Yeah, hardly
damage
could
siya,
be so
diba?
there
So,
still.
hindi ko sure kung sobrang compatible siya, kung papasukan mo ba ng damage.
Let's
sa-
go Gato kay
sa
Riders
seed.
banned by Onic
So,
Piats
yun
lovely
yung
man
medyo titignan natin. Pero ito, good ban to sa side ng Onic, yung Hylos tsaka Gatot. Kanina kasi nung nag-choose sila,
Early ban
pick pa ng Hylos si JP.
Early
Yes.
ban.
Sobrang
Early,
hirap
early,
ng
early, early.
mag-choose sa Hylos talaga. Kaya maganda na binan nila yan.
And ito Max, in
Fanny
addition,
the
we
permanent
saw
ban sa Onic Piats ko
yesterday or in fact, yung mga junglers na minsan pinapanta pa talaga dito sa backsha, yung Fred rin na madalas nating nakikita. So since nabanggit mo nga, na-damage dealing yung Pakito and yung Claude, is there a possibility that they go utility o dapat ba mag-double down
I
ka
think
talaga
two ba?
completely
Nani
dun sa
Oryx
mga
to, no?
damage dealing assassins? Kaya nung Lancelot at posibleng Nola na ibaban ngayon ng Liquid.
Siguro
Early ban
pinaka-safe na yung Pretrin.
Kiban
Siguro,
Uy
safe na
uy
yung-
nice
safe
busy
na
there
yung
Luita
Pretrin kasi yun nga yung
TLPL le read आने रहा था रे
Pakito,
Onic
damage
lang
expert.
while
Medyo
read
magiging 50-50 yung laban.
lovely
pag
ban eh
nag-Pretrin.
costa
Pero
में
kung
Louis
willing
नहीं दिखाते
silang
यार Onic ले नाम है
sumugal, tumapat ng ibang
mid to
jungle
draft
against sa
TLPL
backsha,
side बड़ा
may kita natin. Kasi kahapon,
तोरा
gumana yan,
godly
Pakito
ones
Leo,
यार
di
तोरा
ba?
Benny को
Yun
इनका
na
चाहिए
yun
लेकिन
naman
उनका
kasi,
नाम है
kahit
god
naman sabihin mo
perfect
siyang
fix है ये
damage
Thomas
siya,
Prince
Ah,
Last pick and
pwede
ball
rin
naman.
naman siya mag-item ng mga defensive,
Yes.
like brute force,
Valen,
wings,
no.
mga ganyan. So, possible yan.
Mid ko
Pwede
dahil
set up sila sa
not a
Leo
big
pick.
fan of Val
Yung kasi kahapon nung nag-Leo
Valen
mode
man
sila,
pa rin ka daw man
ay may nakalaban silang Leo, parang si Valen din kasi yung mga magagandang heroes dyan eh.
Valen man naman
Pantapat sa Leo mode dahil sa copy ng
तब orly
Pero
aggressive
si
खेलना तब
Kimi,
means
maganda pa rin
Benedict
si
की
Kimi
बात
kung
अच्छी की हो but
kukunin ng TLPH. So, tingin ko nagsiset
all का
up sila
जाओ
sa
जगह
Leo pick.
लेकिन
Nagawa na rin naman ng Onic yun, Leo plus Pakito. Baka yun yung gawin nila. Pero kung
Roma kill nila to, Roma I
50-50
think
nila, mag-safety sila. Pwede rin siguro.
Unique ले like maybe
Okay.
Pero sobrang
Louis like half में और ना
Baksha kasi
main में kill
mga
ला
base sa series ng Baksha versus Fred.
main में kill
Yung
था
Baksha yung mas ano eh,
Kill
mas
main में फिर
lumalabang.
Kimi ने लिया
Ito na. Initial thought natin, Bri, it's the Kimi versus Hilda that you mentioned.
Yep, so mid control na naman. Nakikita natin
Kaya
kung
meron
paano ito
prediction sa zero,
pinaprioritize.
I saw
And kung
it.
gaano siya kaganda i-pair with a very
Next
fast
time,
rotating
Tato,
XP
may
layer in
predict
the
God
hands
person.
of Sanford, which is the Benedetta. Pero dun pa din ako naku-curious sa jungler ng Onic.
Oo.
Kasi knowing na may Hilda ka na on the other side,
Oo.
parang mas
Last pick, Leo
mapipigilan
Mord,
ka na
Pag
freely
Leo Mord.
pumili
क्या early
ng Leo Mord.
लीजिए early वो तेरे comfort है ना
Yung
king को
Leo para sa
लीजिए
akin,
early
good
second
pick pa rin naman siya. Safety lang. Ayan.
Ayun.
Okay pa
Goda
rin.
yung
Kasi pwede mo
Goda
naman
ki-
targetin yan eh, yung
ah,
Hilda eh. Once na Leo Mort kasi pag fighter,
घोड़ा
hindi
safe
naman
pick
masyadong
पनि हो
takot
कि
sa
केटा
ano,
अहिले
hit
खतरा
tag.
छ घोडा त
Ang heroes lang na
ल
medyo
लेट्स गो
mahirap ka
ओनिक
mag-hit
केटा हो
is
म चाहिँ ओनिकलाई सपोर्ट गर्छु
Kasi kaya ka solohin, pero kapag
किनकि
Leo Mort,
TLPL लाई
hindi
सपोर्ट
naman
गरे नि
siya masyadong
नगरे पनि TLPL
Okay,
नै
so
जित्यो
may chances pa rin naman at nakita naman natin multiple times kung gaano rin kayang
Let's go,
sumabay
Onic
ng
PH.
isang Cho. Especially
Dekay
being
de-
Cho Valen,
Zo
no?
ko
Parang
power
hindi ka naman
6-0
ganun
Falcon.
ka may encourage na mag super high invades.
Man, these are some really good insights coming out
Ikaw
from
na ba?
Coach.
Wait,
Ito,
wait,
Max.
wait,
Coach,
QUS
maraming salamat.
stupid.
Pwede kang
Amo.
MPL coach.
Pwede kang coach.
Na-testing mo ba
Okay.
every now and then? Now I just have one more question, Bri.
Okay.
Boy pa ba ang San Juan Arena?
ओए मजा आया यार हेरेर त
Game 2, 1-0 TLPH. Casters, please take this away.
1-0, and it does feel like there is just no stopping Team Liquid Philippines. Can Onic actually do it now? They have the Paquito
production.
Yeah, they took the Paquito.
Let's go, guys. This is the game to TLPS versus Onic. जो जित्छ प्यारिस जान्छ EWC को लागि केटा हो सो जितेलाई जित्नु पर्ने छ अभियसली हैन कसले चाहिँ EWC बिस गर्न भन्छ त्यत्रो प्राइज त्यसमाथि प्यारिसमा हुन्छ फ्रान्स प्यारिस
maybe there's a there's a lot of more chance for Onic to actually make plays on the map, but the idea behind the draft of TLPH is almost the same as game number 1. Like you have a lot.
Wait, Sanford हो के कर्कुस ब्लास्टमा खेलेछ नि अहिले लिथलमा खेलेछ
JP, especially with the Hilda, which is going to be annoying for Onic to deal with. Looking at their lineup, they're again very heavy committal. Maybe with the with the addition of the Valentina, they can brawl a bit, like force a lot of skirmish against TLPH.
Yeah.
But overall, they're still going to have a lot of issues when it comes to like actually
Onic
dictating
चाहिँ
the
हेरेर खेल्नु परेको Onicले
Yeah, just like game number 1, this is actually still
I
Sanford,
made my
who is the major physical damage dealer for Team
gang
Liquid
खादैन
Philippines. So it feels like the same
यस्तो नगर्नु त कर्क यस्तो नगरे त
And again, a little bit of a gap already building on the XP, like we saw in game number 1.
Yeah,
Again, it's JP up on
Ron
front
Matico
here,
छोरा Sanford त
which
के हो
might be a
लेरिङ
bit of a
जसलाई पनि
more
हान्छ त्यहाँ
even matchup in terms of roaming.
कस्तो
I
खेल्ने
think
भएको
part of this though too is like
JP.
JP, he is quite low.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Utilizing that bush.
No,
There's
no.
Carl TZ.
अल्टी वेस्ट
He's
पनि
gonna be fine. Whoa, Sanford
ओए
also low,
फ्रिज
so
मेरो
Onic
भाइ
controlling
हिजोको
the space
फर्ममा
right now in
आइसक्यो
the early
फ्रिज
game. They still have a ways to
अति
get
है
to the
फ्रिज
turtle. 15 seconds there. They'll have to go
हिजोको
ahead
फर्ममा आइसक्यो
and
फ्रिज
just
त
reset for it. But nothing lost too much.
Yeah, no, we're seeing exactly the way that Onic, I think, intended to play the game
तर
number 1.
लाउँदै
They
5
wanted to
सेकेन्डमा
have
लियो
more
म कलको
dominance
सिटीको
in
छ
early,
आएको छ
more
छैन
space for their own
Burst
team,
गरिदिन्छ होला
especially around
TLले
this river. They're going to do it again here on the turtle. Let's see if
Onicले
it's
नै
going to go
कन्टेस्ट
the same
गरिरहेको
way.
छ किङ कङ अल छैन केटा हो
He's charging on in. He wants to drive
नाइस
by
यार
King
किङ
Kong.
भाइ
Be able to secure it this
All
time.
cut you-
TL wants to fight. They already used the petrify.
ए
as
अल
well.
कुन
They'll
पनि
take
हो
King
क्या
Kong
यार
out.
किन अल
His
नपुग्दा
price for the
हो
turtle. And he's going to lose his buff as well. Carl TZ pushing Kirk out.
लियो मोड कल 5
The
सेकेन्ड
area.
किन जान्छ यार
They
यिनीहरू
just want to take more from King Kong to delay him further. And Kirk
Oh!
jumps in. He's got the combo ready, but still, he's not going to be able to stop TL.
I mean, if
Force
you're
right
Onic,
over
this is very annoying. Like you want a turtle, but then you lost your
Tickets are-
jungler
tickets
in
are.
TLPH went
So
on to
TLPH
go
the
for
favorite,
the
the blue
invade.
buff
It
and
feels
Laude,
like you
King
can't
Kong and
win
Mario.
anything because this team will find a trade. The setup for turtle was nice. Kirk had the XP prio. He got level 4 first. They got to turtle first, and then Carl TZ didn't they didn't land the retribution. They were able to get the neutral objective, but then TLPH still ended up being the winner of that trade.
Yeah, and again,
It's
you
super
give
freeze
TLPH
there.
an inch, they
Lago,
will
Lago.
take a mile. That has been the story of Team Liquid Philippines all season long. We saw that yesterday. Like, teams were actually, they were trying to get in even, but TLPH just shows.
ओइ मिनियन मिस
they
भयो
would show
त्यसको
an open weakness, they
म्याच
will
सकेर
exploit
त
it. And I
भाइ
think we saw that there, especially since Onic looks so strong after getting that turtle.
Yeah, this is better though for Onic, at least in Game 2's early game than it was in the Game 1, because at that point they were already down, maybe a couple thousand
Sky
gold.
Sanjiको
So control for them is important throughout this game. Skypiercer now picked up for Sanji.
कस्तो
He was
खेलेको
a
यार यो
little more
सान्जी
low-key the
कस्तो
previous
सेफ
one, but could be a different case scenario for his Kimmy in Game 2.
And-
Sanford now dealing the punch.
you're
Whoa,
more into
Brusco didn't even get to use the flicker.
Yeah, again, it's just a jump from Carl TZ. I think Onic didn't expect the Baksha to roll around mid because the Kimmy was so deep, far back.
भाइ
in the
नलिन
lane
क्या
of
जाऊ
TLPH,
नलि क्या भाइ तँलाई
but then
भनेको होइन
JP
मैले
tried retaking the bush in the mid lane, and then Onic was like, okay, it's just a Hilda, and then the Baksha showed up.
And so far, with all the things that are happening right now, TLPH feels like they
1.1
cannot
के
immediately
गोलिड
go.
भइसक्यो
They
के
cannot
गरेको नि देख्दैन टिएलपीले 1000 को गोल
isolated
दिइसक्यो
here. And you know what? They have a lineup to do it. They have very fast roamers. They have a fast roamer. They have a fast jungler. Can really respond very fast to Sanji. And they'll have a lot of control. And right now, it's JP scouting. They're trying to get all the waves in control in time
What's the
for this
level?
next fight. You know it's brewing.
Oh, yep. Ooh, ow, ow, ouch, 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 ouch.
Yep. Kirk gonna feel that.
Sanford calls in
Sanford will rotate for this turtle. Not
Sanford.
sure if he'll be here in time for it. Half health on the turtle right now. Brusco's going to jump
That's
forward. They go in with a Phantom Steed. The kick's already going to be used too. And now Turtle secured again. But can Onic win this fight? King Kong looking to take out Carl. He goes for him. Zaman
Lovely sorry.
Mito
Savero.
They take him out so quickly. And JP's low as well. Kirk full stacked on the combos.
Bobbal, let's go.
I just threatened
back on track, I say it up.
Sanford.
मार दिला सैनफोर्डले मार कति हिरो भएको थियो प्लिज अति बब्बाल मेरो भाइ क्रेजी केटा लेट्स गो मिड राइड पायो ओनिकले देखायो ओनिकले अब सेक्छ ओनिकले केटा अब सेक्छ
to his own device. Sanji and Teddy were zoned out by the other members of Onic, and then Savero with the crucial blazing to it, adding enough damage to take down the Harris in the team.
Savero मेरो भाइ फर्ममा आइसक्यो केटा हो
Indo import. They're finally doing it, executing properly with Super Prince and with Savero. Savero this time around feels more confident.
यस्तो प्लेयर सबमा बसिरहेको थियो केटा ओनिक आइडीमा
It feels
हेर
like
न
he was unleashed when he got the mobility of the Valentina.
नली
Yeah,
त
because of
फर्ममै
the fact that he
हाल्यो
also had Tortoise Poisson, so he was taking so much damage, but
आफ्नो आइडीलाई मार भन्छ
there's
त
damage reduction from the ult.
मार
Oh, Super Prince holding on to an electro final blow. Sanford trying to get away, but a couple
मेरो
of
भाइ
shots
अति
again.
मिठो
Sanford does the damage.
आइडल भयो
but
पनि
he's
केटा
not
जहिले
enough
वान
as
साइड
he's
हाल्छ कि
taken out
यिनीहरूले
for the second
अनि
time.
सपोर्ट
It
गर्नु
is going to be a completely different story, at least for the first 6 minutes of this game. From game 1,
Here's the response. Everything thrown at King Kong.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, Barbiel's not going to help you in that one, but here comes Onic. Are they looking
Oh,
for a
Brusco
potential
के
counter
गर्दैन
punch?
भाइ
They
भाइ
lost the
यति
tier 1
त
turret. Brusco doesn't have a kick, so they'll just go ahead and back off, but they will get a turret down bot.
Now it's Onyx time to trade. Look for counterplays on the map. Even though Sanford managed to clear the minion wave on the bot side, he missed the petrify on the claw. Didn't cancel the blazing duet and was able to land the final shots. But Onyx still having some tempo on the map, but Liquid they punch back with his turtle tape.
yeah, a little bit of consolation prize there. Tlph does at least still have the freedom to go around this river. They're not completely controlled by Onic just yet, but it is a goal lead. That's saying something. Not many teams have been able to get a lead on TL.
Oh, they want to go for Carl here. They're going to collapse down. Looking for the goal. They go with the kick, but he's so damn tanky. He goes back for him. Brusco tries to flicker out, but they follow through, and Sanford will cap out the kill.
Recall किन हानिरहेको क्या ब्रुसको रिकल किन हानिरहेको यार
They had the damage.
Brusco न यार यसलाई यार
He could save the way of the dragon, but again, it wasn't enough. Against the GOAT, you don't save your skills.
Absolutely not.
Recall
what
हान्दैछ
just
अझै
even happened there? And now, because
कस्तो
of that,
रेज बेड हान्दैछ
small, again, a small inch turned into a mile. The gold lead is just diminished.
This is an absolutely horrible for Onic now. They're losing the tempo.
Kirk's in trouble. Back
पाली
up
बिलो
front here.
सक्दैन पाली बिलो
But it's a little bit too late. Kirk's still alive.
मरिरहेको थियो कर फर्केर मेरो भाइ
You can't stop him.
सक्दैन
Sanford
पाली बिलो
on the run, finally getting kicked. Here comes the rest of the cavalry. Tlph sweeping up top, going for King Kong. They take him out.
पाली बिलो तनी म
Super Prince can't do anything but watch it out.
Lovely,
Steady
Onic.
Teddy
यस्तै गर्नु है
shows up for the
यस्तै
fight.
गर्नु अनि
That was beautifully layered there by Tlph, one by one. The cavalry has arrived.
पाली बिलो सक्दैन
TLPH, again, you give them an inch. They take the mile. You don't kill the box, yeah. He takes over the map for the next 30 seconds.
पाली बिलो
And even that kill onto Kirk, he used a retreat, walked away. He was like,
सबै
you're dead.
ड्रप जुत्नु
I'm
पर्छ
looking
हो
for the
केटा
next target.
सबै ड्रप फिज हान्दा छ यार
Call an
तिमीहरु
ambulance.
छुट्टै किन
But not for me. 4 people, guys, 4
Oh
people.
my lord, Kirk!
Oh, Kirk, no, you can't get away. Kirk getting shut down here again in the bottom lane, and the Lord is up.
Oh my god. This feels bad for Onic. You missed that one chance to take the box, and now you get another.
Oh, what's the definition of an insanity? They're going to
भाइ
kill
किन
Carl
हान्दैछ
again.
चाहिँ
They're going to be going for it. He's trying to go re-engage against King Kong. They want to fight anyway. And now, Super Prince want to secure this buff. Super Prince has to flicker out to get away. utilizing the electro final blow as well. Man, it's just a back and forth across the map.
No, that's all.
This is why people call it the golden opportunity. When it's there, you take it. You use everything, you sacrifice everything. Because if you don't, the door closes. And now look at this, Tlph. They're dictating the tempo again. They have the map back.
Oh, they're going right down the mid. And they'll take out
Super
Prince. This is a clear sign for them to secure the Lord here. Numbers advantage in their favor. They've got Severo still on the bottom side of the map. They'll just take this Lord after taking Prince's life.
QualiFer locked in with core items now. This Baksha is going to be a lot more difficult to take down.
Oh man.
What's the out?
I don't know. They have to wait for Severo to spawn, but Tlph, they're stampeding right now.
Where's Brusco going to go here? Kirk quite low, has to get away. Brusco on the
rest of the team.
He's got to burn his flicker too. This is not the team fight you want to see from Onic.
Yeah. Even though Onic, again, they do have scaling heroes on their side right now, but the problem is Liquid is so damn tanky with the Baksha and the Hilda.
6-1-4.
6-1-4, only died once. JB hasn't even died yet. And you also have to worry about the damage coming from Teddy, coming from Sanji, and also the angles from the Apex Predator with this like a final blow petrify combo. Now it's a lot bigger problem for Onic right now because they have to deal with this Lord. And Liquid can come from multiple directions.
That's exactly what they're doing here as well. They need to get rid of the Lord. They need to control these waves. And they need to find how they want to team fight. Because right now, 1 by 1, that's not working out, man. They're trying to go hard into the Baksha. Naisu said it best. That seems like it's the definition of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting something to go differently.
But it's kind of hard for Onic to actually just choose a target. Because look at Liquid. Sanford can dodge. You're not kicking Hilda, by the way.
Absolutely.
And then maybe the Kimi. But Sanji, every single time these fights break out, he's the last guy to show up from Liquid.
Yeah, because he is the one that doesn't have a Purifier, right? So he seems to be the right target. That's what Brusco's thinking. But where is he? I can't find him. He's always last.
Yeah, there's something about it. I don't know. They ran him back with the Cho pick, and he's run into the same obstacle that it was in game 1. Super Prince holding on to elect the final blow. Traction pulse thrown out. This could be a fight once again. Brusco can't move at all. He falls again, and Onic left with 4 guys, has to retreat from this fight, and QualiFer's feeling it. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's the signal from the goal.
That's the signal.
You only take 1 chance.
Oh, man.
You only had 1 goal opportunity, and now they go all in.
It was a trap.
Go all in. Kirk trying to hold the line, but it's all going to be for the base turret. Tlph getting out with finesse, and King Kong gets stopped in his tracks. I think they've had enough too. They want to hold on to more as they try to keep the mid turret up.
Game 2 recalls, man. That's pretty good.
Liquid, they're probably feeling it. They're probably not thinking about game 3 right now. All their eyes are set on the objectives because they know Paris is coming.
Yeah, Paris does feel like it is within reach, especially if they keep this up right now. It's like Naisu says, it's so hard to actually go through the front line, the big wall in front of TL.
Especially now that you see the items, right? There's a blade armor and then an impending Guardian's helmet. Yep. These items are going to allow the Baksha to just completely reset, take so much damage, and even survive under the blazing duet of Severo.
They're going to force it anyway. King Kong trying to run away. Kirk not even a part of the fight just yet. Another flicker from Brusco. Tlph gets so many resources out. Is Onic Philippines going to re-engage against Liquid here?
Carl has no ult though. He has no Tornoise Poison, so the damage reduction isn't there. But Tlph, again, they have the luxury of just waiting around because they have a big fat wave on the top lane.
What? They see Kirk, they're gonna go right for Kirk! Kirk has to get out! Burning the flicker, conceal was used too! And now that's a clear sign. Tlph knows they can take the Lord. They're gonna go ahead and start it up. Traction pulse thrown out to keep them at bay. Super Prince holding on to his electro final blow. QualiTZ swinging around. They're gonna go for Brusco again, pushing him off. The Lord can be held here through the broken walls.
Lovely at Tlph. What are all direct order Lord reset? Oh my god,
Team Liquid.
Oh my god.
They'll pull off.
look at this.
Goda
Look at
got
TLPH,
such a lot
I
answer.
understand They have the
Yo, Mula
luxury of
TLPS
time on their side because they have the wave advantage on the top side. Now that they're looking to fight, there's no Paquito in this team fight.
TLPS, clean game.
Quick Lord, Super Prince, his own
India's
like
gone maybe out there, damage
from Teddy, drops down. Brusco falls again
King Kong's
for the
trying.
6th time.
Come on.
King Kong
Sobero.
leads the charge.
Sobero, I need this, Sobero.
Kirk looking for Teddy.
God,
He sees
God,
the side.
my God,
Kirk
God,
gets one.
God.
Can he get another?
King
Sanford
Kong.
fighting King
Prince.
Kong 1-1.
Oti.
But here's Super
मेरा God.
Prince.
God,
Oh,
मेरा भाई,
the turnaround.
मेरा भाई, God.
Two.
देखा है
They're
देख
gonna
God.
chase down JP.
Cork the
Left in
goat,
lead,
the one
but
and only
you can't
Cork, the
escape
one
these
and only,
fists
the one and
from
only
Kirk.
Cork, #1 X-Winner in the world.
The angles, the Kirk-attack
Mid
from
to hell,
Onic
Cork.
finds the damage dealers of TLPH. We don't fight the goat, we fight the horseman.
15
Let's
minutes,
go,
he
man.
finally
Let's go.
found
Onic PS kara.
that
Onic
big
PS.
turnaround here right after a very crucial Lord
Also, is
hit.
there team
Let's watch
fight?
that
What
again.
a blank,
Oh my
so
God, he
yeah.
had nowhere to go.
Fuck,
He had
nice
no
backline
summon points.
marking.
Use the Purify, but
Team
against
up with the
9 million dashes from the Paquito, you're not running away. And even though TLPH found good footing in the front line,
Yep.
they didn't have the damage because the Harris was taken down. And with survivability and durability on your side, you're not outlasting the damage coming out of Onic.
Can't do that on Neef.
Kirk absolutely showed up, man. And all that gold. Again, the gold lead is gone. Onic erased it with one play, one post-Lord fight.
Oh man, Onic, they just have to look for the same pattern again
Fuck,
and
like,
again.
bunny
And
of
now
that
TLPH, they're aware. They're on the lookout
It's
for
for the
two
eight
heroes.
and money points,
It's
you
the
know.
Cho and the Paquito. Those two are the primary targets here for Liquid. But Onic, they can do the same thing as what Liquid has been doing all game long.
Yeah.
Come from multiple angles.
Yeah, that's one of the things about the broken wall map too. You know, taking consideration on how that's played even around the objectives like we just saw. So, you know, you're seeing
Super
TL play around it. Well,
one and
Onic,
only.
you can't count him out. They know as well. Brusco
JP फसे ना?
spawned out. He's got an
सर यार
immortality.
ऐसे JP ने points
Brought
खाने
down
पड़े
the
यार
half.
बॉल
They're
करा.
gonna go for a reset here. They've got 50 seconds
Yeah.
for that Lord to come up. So it's just Onic kind of getting what they can. I mean, they've done a relatively good
और ना
job
माथी
getting
के
themselves
turret का
back into
करे
this
सब
game,
hard in
even
the fight.
though they haven't been able to
Lord
open the
of
map
Mouth.
up that much yet.
Yeah, but
Okay,
the good
that's all
thing
you got
is
to
for the next fight, the Lord is on top side. The bottom lane is equal because they still have a base inhibitor or base third standing on the side of Onic Philippines. So at least they get an equal chance against TLPH. This is one of those another golden opportunities for Onic. You just want to fight. The next team fight is going to be equal between these two teams.
You know what? Onic is doing exactly what you were saying in
Sanford.
game number 1, Sanford!
Oh, Brusco भी आवे मोटिंग हैंड पर यार.
We burned
मिट्टू
it.
That's
He had to
a
burn
But
it.
flicker and flicker man पर यार
That's
Brusco
great
ने थोड़ा
timing before the
लॉट
Lord
टेक
comes
का
out.
है रहते
4
advantage
seconds
the
in,
man
I
advantage.
mean, Onic will want to
Lord.
rush into this
JP
one.
ले कौन
As
सी
I was
बना
saying, I
तब
think
चलो.
Onic's exactly doing what they were supposed to do in game 1 here.
Yeah, but TLPH, they understand. They have to fight for this bottom side. They have to slow this Lord down. Might use actually the box shot to slow things down against Onic.
So मेरा ला
So
कौन
we'll see how
कि ना
TLPH treats
जो
this,
item ने कौन पर आंधी रहा है कि
objective,
chest
because
type of
Onic,
blade
they
armor
do have
बने
fire
रहा
right
है
now.
JP
They
रे
have
कारले.
the Lord set up as well.
और
They
front
just
line
need to
ने
defend
मेल
the
कौन
top
गायब
lane.
है रहते सब इधर है.
Karthis is nowhere to be
और
found.
damage आने
Yeah,
उल्टे
where
damage
is
साथ तो
Carl?
blade armor
That's
से
what
करता.
Onic's asking
सब
right
इधर
now.
उल्टे
They're
damage.
looking for a play. If Onic fights around the Lord fight, then maybe Baksha
Carl,
rolls around.
Carl.
Yeah, and don't forget the split push pressure that can be given by the Benedetta. He's also not on the map yet.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's just
Wait,
hanging out
wait,
down there.
wait,
He's going
wait,
to join
reset
this
got
again.
the
It's
Lord.
involved Lord.
You know, to see Carl.
Yeah, they see Carl half health on that Lord. They're going to just soft reset it. Look at
JP
JP's
ऐसे पता है
positioning here.
टुकड़ा.
It's pretty low.
Wow.
वो JP
Yeah,
के damage तो
TL,
खाते थे यार.
They've bought enough time. Now the Petrify is back on Sanford.
Yep, it's back up. Conceal
JP
use.
मोड़
They're
दो.
going to go for it. Blitz in the Lord.
JP ने मार
King
सुरमा.
Kong trying to gallop in range.
और
Can he get the retry off?
जो
No,
जो
JP will
ओनिक
fall.
टीम फाइट आने पर तो
Carl
ओनिक ले.
gets the
ओनिक
Lord.
ले टीम फाइट इन
Onic
पर
is
तो.
the call to fight it out. Azaman force
Come on,
dropped
Onic.
down to cut them off. They just want to go
Sanford
back.
doggy,
Sanford
Sanford.
as well.
Oh.
Petrify used for the escape. And they will
Butcher that you
disengage
like
to
butcher
march down
that
with
you
the
like
Lord.
cluster
Was that
top
a predict?
Petrify. Lord for
Oh
Sanford.
man, you saw that.
Did he see Super Prince coming to his direction just to save the goat
Turkish
and
and
to
defense
save
होता है.
himself now?
कोई lane clear ना करे होता था.
Even though they
Wait,
lost
Lord
JP,
of
they can
the
actually play
Actually,
for the
Lord,
setup
Lord,
on the top side with his Lord.
That's true. They can actually just hold it and
Only
just
lane
make
clear
sure
करे
that,
ना, करे
you
ना,
know,
ना?
buy enough time for JP to go
Nice,
back.
करे से
If
ना
JP's a
Lord
healer.
पर
He's
नाम
gonna be able to run into this.
Yep. couple seconds away here for JP. Carl's going to be out front of the line. He's got the immortality as well. They don't have that wave pushing in the way they want to, though. So down a number. Let's see what happens here. Traction Pulse being thrown up by Sanji.
Mid to defend long here, guys. Long defend.
It's a bit annoying. Kirk wasn't showing on the map, so Tlph had to play carefully because they saw
turn turret earlier. Nice one.
They can fight, but Kirk can assassinate.
20 मिनट को गेम भइसक्यो यार मिड टु गेम
He
भइरहेछ
does have a lot of
यो हो नि
damage
त गेम
on
भनेको
his
यार
skit with the Malefica
अपर ब्र्याकेट फाइनल
up already
सबलाई
for the
प्यारिस
Malefica.
जानु मन छ
Now Onic again, they get to buy time, they get to scale up on this Claude. Savero is actually fully stacked on this Claude.
Sanji को त 167 छ धेरै हट रेट
Reset here, 60 seconds, 1 minute.
सबैको 73
Lord.
Sanford को
It will be
153
massive. It's 20 minutes on game timers already, so you
TLPS
know
प्लेयरहरुको पो
they're going to fight tooth and nail for this. There is no
Hitलाई
free
हेल्छ म बाल
lords this
भन्नु
time around.
Oh, Teddy, he has a Blood Wings. He's playing for protection. He's playing to survive the fights because he knows one
फाइनल हो यो फाइनल अपर ब्र्याकेट फाइनल हो फिलिपिन्सबाट दुई जना जाने हो त
he is a purified Harry.
अनि जो जित्छ यो अपर ब्र्याकेट फाइनलमा त्यो सिधै फाइनल
If
पुग्छ
he has no Zaman for. So this ult from the Harith might just be for the defensive purposes of just fighting into Onic. So I'd say Onic now has a pretty good chance considering that they have the prio or tempo in terms of like aggressively starting the fights.
Yeah. They've been good at staying disciplined throughout this one. I mean, they haven't gotten too out of hand. Again, you're continuously seeing the most tension built up for Brusco for the most part, but they want to play into this Lord. It's up again. They fought for control around it. At least it's on this side of the map, but they still have to watch out to see if TL tries to do something a little sneaky here.
All right, everyone has Flicker, so everyone's ready to fight. You know one big one is going to blow here.
Look at Super Prince. He has an electric final blow, no pressure by however, but that will hurt.
अब TL एडभान्टेज हुन्छ माथिको इनिप छैन ओनिकको साइडलाई
So Onic, they're
ओनिकले
going
के
all
गर्छ
in on the damage.
ओनिकले ग्याम्बल लिन लाग्यो होला
Yeah, but Onic
ग्याम्बल
has
लिन्छ
the
ओनिकले
tools to do it. They also have that
ग्याम्बल लियो
split
ग्याम्बल लियो
potential
ग्याम्बल लियो
from obviously Kirk.
ग्याम्बल लिन्छ ग्याम्बल
Might
लिन्छ
send Kirk back here.
छिटो ग्याम्बल
For the health
लिनुपर्छ
of the Lord, they're going to blitz it. It's going to come down to a split across the map
King
as well.
Kong.
Lord going
Nine.
for Sandy secures the Lord though for TLPH.
Yeah.
They just want to disengage here after securing the objective. And they'll do just that. The Lord happened so quickly.
Oh, I don't know,
Nice,
maybe
yeah.
Brusco could have kicked the Baxia, maybe offered his life just to stop the Baxia from actually retrieving the Lord. And King Kong messed up the timing, which allowed the Kimi to take the last hits. And again, at TLPH, all the stars are aligning for them in these Lord fights, and now they get to push with 5 members on this side.
I was actually looking for the fight.
Also,
Like,
different
why are
about
you
that.
not fighting? Why are you
Then
not
the thing
pressuring?
about
You're
the
letting
thing
yourself
about
be pressured.
Fog
One
recall
traction pulse sent
recall
everyone running.
Recall
And
गरी
now
हाल्नु
they're
तिमीले
going to have to fight this Lord. It's going to be a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Especially now, TL. Looks like they're ready to go.
They're ready to go for this little bit of push. Look at Kirk's positioning, man. He's coming from the other side of the map. Looking to cut and then surprise potentially.
That's
Lord still
44.
needs to be worked on. Brusco has the immortality there. Super Prince in trouble. Whoa! Sanford comes through with a huge petrify. Taking out Super
Sanjila
Prince.
Boris.
His immortality is going to be Bob Sabero. Firing off the backside. Goes there with the Lord. And now they go back in. But Kirk falls. Azam and Forces drop down too. And King Kong won't be able to escape his death. And now TLPH. We'll take game 2.
The cavalry again!
Oh my god, TLPH. Oh my god, I पैसे 30
Teddy with a winter ground play to shut down the Kirk attack.
Damn bro,
Just when you thought Kirk would have done the impossible, wait from behind, targeting Teddy, targeting Sanji. The teamwork of Team Liquid Philippines still dominated here in Game 2.
Make sure to like this video, like subscribe. Lord fight
They both had their moments there.
Only
Towards
comeback
the end, but it was Sanford that took out Super Prince at the beginning of that fight. And then, as you mentioned, you know, Teddy with that winning conflict. You called it before the fight even broke out. You're like, look at his itemization.
Yeah, he had to play defensive.
Saveroको damage पनि item ले counter
open up the game with the Baxia and the Hilda in the front line, allowing these two frontliners to just be a nuisance against Onic because they cannot engage if they don't see the Harith fully committing. This is so hard for Onic because you've done so well in the early game, but you still lose fights because of genius itemization, genius movements. And JP, with this genius Hilda gameplay, covering bushes, being annoying in the front line, using his body to guard the members of the cavalry.
Item element, chest type so, blade armor so, कसरी मारोस् यार.
JP was different. When JP was down, they
Radiant
really suffered. And after that last Lord, they made sure that JP would survive. So that they could go for that big push on the mid.
I mean, if you're ever wondering why JP was an MVP in this game, you go ask Severo. He was not able to play a lot of these fights properly because the Hilda was just always in his face. Like, what do you do? Like, the Leomord goes in, the Valentina goes in, the Paquito has to go in. So there's no peel for the Claude. But it's a Claude. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need it. But this game, he needed it because JP was like, oh, you got no peel, huh?
JP ले ल्याङ हान्न थियो कति ल्याङ हान्न.
Let me introduce you to the power of wilderness.
You're absolutely right. It's the favorite pro player move, right? Just don't let one guy play.
Yeah, dude, because it's so annoying. Like, if you review this game, almost 90% of Severo's BMI was a BMI backward because there's a Hilda in front of him showing him the power of wilderness.
And that's one of the difficult things for Severo because you've got Brusco on that show again for game. Where Brusco's job is to go and get that pick off. You know, for the most part, like that's what they want to do. So Severo is left to his own whims, but that's how it should be for a Claude. Like Claude should be able to handle himself.
Yeah.
It's just one of those cases where again there was no real opening for Severo to get the efficient use of the Blazing Duet when he was only.
Lower bracket Paris is calling for
that's what makes it so genius because Tlph they
lower bracket आएर फेरि फाल गर्न थिजेर हान्नेला नि.
Since mid 12, right? Like he's looking for Teddy, he's looking for weird angles, which allows Onic to sort of like force weird fights, weird engages where Tlph suffers because now they have to protect the Harith. But JP was like, why would I protect the Harith if he can protect himself? Let me just, count your numbers. Okay, 4 heroes against my team. Let me just remove one. Let me take away the Claude, and then now it becomes 5v3.
So, I mean, Kirk was doing the right things in this game, right? Like, he didn't really do much wrong.
He needed to do
what he scored 2-0 TLPS
yeah, again, look for
Onic हारे भने त lower bracket पनि हार्छ जस्तो लाग्छ यार केटा मलाई lower bracket
damage that Tlph has because for the most part Tlph has been playing front to back.
So
with this kind of gameplay from Onic, it's sort of like allowed Onic to play a chaotic fight where Liquid has to break formation. But JP was like, since we're already breaking formation, let me break yours.
Yeah, he broke the formation and more, man. Like, he was so efficient.
Even
Sandy, again, on the back-to-back games with the Kimmy.
Let's see, hope
like,
so.
a lot of times
Only
you
kind
have to take into consideration how many times King Kong was stopped in his tracks because a little bit of a stun that comes through, or maybe it was the traction pulse to keep them at bay a little bit longer than they needed to. So it's interesting to see at this point the Kimmy come through and be so effective again when you just don't see the hero pop up that much in the mid lane. And props to Super Prince. He was doing what he could.
But यार केटा उसको के भएको यार मैले चाहिँ लर्ड फाइटमा मैले राम्ररी हेर्नै पाएन यार. ये लर्ड फाइट हैन एकछिन यता यार ओनिकले ग्याम्बल लिनै पर्छ किनकि माथिबाट लेन प्रेसर थियो. एकछिन राम्ररी हेर्नु पर्यो यार के गर्थ्यो. ब्रुस्कोले के आयो ब्रुस्को आएछ किङ कङ आएछ हैन. ब्रुस्कोले के गर्छ? यो स्लिप टाइमर के नाम ब्रुस्को काम के हो? ब्रुस्को काम के हो? एकछिन है म ब्रुस्कोलाई हेरिरहेको छु. ब्रुस्को यहाँ किन छ? यता लर्ड कार्डलाई के हान्ने काम होइन त ब्रुस्को लर्डमा. त्यही पनि कसले रेटी हाने सुरुमा कार्डले हाने रहेछ. 680 भाग. Oh my god.
Luffy Zen tipped 50 rupees. Last time won Onic 3-0 Ed Falcons in upper bracket. Some people cried in their rematch. Falcons rise.
JP ले हेर त कस्तो ल्याङ हानेको. Thank you so much, Luffy Zen. Last time Onic 3-0 Falcon in upper bracket, some people cried in their rematch Falcon Rise. Let's see अब पहिला फाल्कनले ओमेगालाई जित्छ कि जित्दैन हेरौँ न. किङ कङले ढिला हाने रिट्रिभ. जोतको लर्ड फाइट ओनीको साइडबाट. ब्रुसको मेरो भाइ त चाउ नखेले चुप्राएर तँ पनि हिँड्दाखेरि त जेपी जसले. अति डिसपोइन्ट भयो यार केटा हो म त यो ब्रुसको गेम देखेर. प्लस किङ कङको रिट्री पनि के हो यार, घोडामा नि रिट्री कसरी हान्न सक्दैन है किङ कङ. सबैरोलाई पिल गर्न सबैरोलाई पिल पनि गरेको छैन केटा हो. मार्क्सम्यानको लागि पनि खेलेको छैन हो यसले. यहाँ हेर न तिमीहरू आफै केही गरेकै छैन लर्डमा. यहाँ हेर न. यसले घुमेर बसिरहेको मात्र हो क्या. यहाँ छैन लर्डको एचपी यहाँ छ होइन. सुपर फ्रिन्स थोडी न मर्छ, किन सुपर फ्रिन्स माथिका हो. अब यसो घुमे खै यसलाई मात्रै हेर कि गर्न चाहिँ के गर्न. कन्सिल पनि मुखमै हान्नु. कन्सिल पनि गयोतिर होइन. लगातार कम्पिटिसन भइरहेको छ कसले बढी आउने भनेर. लास्ट डिसपोइन्ट पर्फर्मेन्स यार ब्रुसकोबाट. तर ब्रुसको के भन्ने यार, अब भन्न पनि केही मन लाग्दैन. ओनिपिएलले जितेको गेम धेरै जसो खालिद कालिया र चाउ त हो जहिले नै. चाउमा जितेको चाहिँ मैले देखेको छैन यार ओनिक पिएसको. बरु ओनिको आइडीको चाहिँ अभियसली थाहा छ कि बोली खेल्छ भने. बट पिएसको त चाउमा जितेको अहिलेसम्म मैले देखेकै छैन यार गाइस. कुन गेमको कुरा गरेर तिमी. लोवर ब्राकेट फाइनल हो, बेस्ट अफ 7 फाइनल पुग्यो, फाल्कन पुग्यो भने ढुक्क जित्छ. लोवर ब्राकेटबाट आई थिङ्क फाल्कन नै आउँछ होला केटा हो. सो हेर्दा बेस्ट अफ 7 हो त डेफिनेटली.
Before we get into game number 3, I'm sure we have a bunch more things to talk about. In fact, we have a special guest today with us all the way from Malaysia. Sun One Arena, please give a warm round of applause for one of the best casters in the world, Tlph. How are you, dude?
Tlph, the goat.
Where is Tlph?
Sir Tlph! Sir Tlph!
Tlph! He's gonna get overwhelmed. He's gonna get overwhelmed.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We just really missed you, Tlph. You know, we really
The
missed
goated
you.
caster.
How are you?
I miss you guys too. I'm doing very, very well. Shout out to everyone there. It looks like it's a full house. Oh my goodness! Looking at the arena, it looks packed.
It is. I think it's just day number 3, but
Yep.
imagine where we are right now in terms of our capacity.
Well,
And
Masarapp
we
only
just
plays
hope
Ramila.
you
But
also
Madonna,
were here
sorry.
together
Go
with
ahead.
us. But even despite that, you know what? I think we still have like a lot of things going on in common, and we have a couple questions prepared for you if you don't mind.
Okay, so
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go ahead with it. First things first. How are the preparations like in MPL Malaysia playoffs? Is it gonna be really exciting? What are some of the things that the Filipinos should look forward to when we watch it next week?
Well, in terms of the playoffs, and since you're asking for basically international audience, right, the Filipinos, here's the thing. SRG during regular season didn't look all that great because Cram wasn't playing, but in the playoffs, it looks like he will be playing almost immediately. And I would say, in terms of the preparation for this playoff, the good thing about this season is that we finally have the double round robin again, which gives more time for the teams to get a little bit better in terms of feeling out the game, feeling out the teams, and everything like that. And now we see some teams almost recreating the SRG story in the sense of getting players that not many people are hyped about, but somehow they're like very, very strong. You know, namely like IG, Invictus Gaming, as well as Vamos. People are like saying, this is nothing special, and yet number 2, number 3 in the regular season. So I'm really hoping for this season to have much more surprises. And I don't know, somehow in Malaysia, it's the newer kids that's really showing up, and the veterans having a little bit of a hard time.
All right. We also hope to see a lot more new faces, some fresh faces come out. But I think if it's just in terms of surprises that we're talking about, have you been following the recent developments here in MPL Philippines, Tlph?
As in watching the playoffs, if that's the question, then yes, I have. And if you're asking about me, how do I feel about it? Slightly bit terrified. Like, I'm here to have fun. I didn't know I was watching a horror movie. Like, I thought that would be the 1-1, but somehow TL. Like, I feel like as long as Carl is there, as long as he's not retired, I don't know, man. I don't know how to stop TL, man. They're too strong right now. It's a bit terrifying.
Yeah, I can't imagine, because like a few months before, we were casting M7. But you see what's happening in MPL Philippines now, and I can only imagine how Tlph is feeling as an international talent.
Yeah, dude, I wonder. Maybe he can talk more about this over the broadcast. But hey, Tlph, now MPL Malaysia is finally at its franchise phase, right? Did anything change aside from, you know, the competition? What are some of the things that you think were huge positives as the league transitioned there in Malaysia?
Well, first of all, like I said, the double round robin, which means more games, and more games means more days, and more days means more payment. So that's great for us. You know what I mean, right? And then in terms of, besides the competition, I would say there's a lot of fans now in MPLMY, and surprisingly, most of them are female. I don't know how that happened. I don't know who's in charge of this, but we just have a lot of girlfriends. So, yay, girl power, you know? Men suck. I don't know.
No, yes. No.
I don't
know how to respond to that too. Anyway,
you don't have to. It's me and Hans, you know?
Okay, this is just typical Tlph things, you know? Sometimes you just suddenly don't know how to respond exactly, but I think you are the best person to ask when it comes to this last question that we have for you for now. Tlph, which teams in MY should we watch out for in the coming playoffs, and why?
So there is a few. The two honorable mentions I would say is Bigatron Malaysia. You know, I know Mirko is watch partying this, and they're getting better, right? They're getting better. I think they can do well. Champions, I don't know, but they can do well. The second one is Evitas Gaming IG. My God, are they a fun team? They're just a team that's full of vibes and enjoyment. But the team to really look out for is honestly Vamos, because Vamos has been on the international stage before. And the thing about Vamos is they are much different compared to before, because as you guys can see, the players, they're basically this is a new roster where they're embracing new talents, you know, giving them time to shine. And they are shining. They're not the typical Vamos where they just force fights and hope for the best. This time it looks like they are a little bit more calculated, even though the jungler, Aero 404, young kid, 16, 17, he likes to fight even for no reason, but still, I would say this is the team to watch and hoping for the best. Speaking of Vamos, hoping Nets has a good game later on, because, you know, Nets was from Vamos, and I just hope both does well. You know, Nets my boy. He colored his hair green again. I don't know why. I'm colorblind green, so I did not notice it, but shout outs to that guy. The best gold laner, by the way.
Nah,
best
bro,
gold laner.
Dude, don't worry about it. You're right. It is colored, so you're up to speed, all right? Tlph, congratulations for MPL Malaysia regular season, and we hope to see the best at the playoffs. We'll see you again next time, bud, okay? Thank you so much.
Bye, Tlph!
Thank you so much.
See ya! Have fun, guys!
You know, Tlph is such a bundle of joy to talk to.
I know. He says the most unexpected things at the most unexpected times, and it's always a treat
At the end
to
in
talk to
Onic,
him, whether on or off stream.
At pwede na tayong mag-Tagalog.
Tagalog. Okay, dito ako. Okay.
Wait.
Masarapp any idea
I
why
think it's also
Pogito
time for us to talk
damage
about what
reduction
really
son to
happened in this specific scenario, because Team Liquid Philippines, they were able to do so much in a span of time. Sure, Onic Philippines, nagawa nila yung kailangan nilang gawin, basing it on the real-time cooling tactics, na yung first and second turtle ay napunta naman sa kanilang control, which gave Tlph a bit of a hard time para magkaroon ng momentum at the start of this series, or at the start of game number 2. But then, meron silang ginawa sa kalagitnaan that totally shifted the tides towards their favor. And in fact, the GOAT, sometimes it begs me the question, kailan ba ang prime ng manlalaro ito? And sumusunod na rin si Teddy doon.
Actually, which one?
Basta Ricard,
Parang ang dami mo nang pwedeng pagpilian when it comes to this conversation revolving around the GOAT and all his past experiences and performances.
What the fuck, Cardi?
Siya rin yung literal na tumatalo na lang sa sarili niya kasi there have been moments, especially during
Card
the regular
is
season,
यार
where
ऐसे
we've
क्यों
been talking
farming
about
speed
how
यार कटाओ
rare it is to actually see a GPM
सब पे
exceeding
डिश
the
में सब पे
900
इतने
mark,
गोल्ड
or
डिगर मतलब
even
इसका जॉन मालूम है कार
stepping
टीम
into
मतलब
the
है
1,000 na, di ba, parang territory. Pero Carl has actually achieved that multiple times. And that's the reason why you see his average GPM so much up there.
Yes, props as well to Super Marco, Natco, and Innocent. Pero ang sumusunod din sa kanyang yapak ay walang iba kundi si Teddy. You have to appreciate the guts that
The
this
goat,
kid
one out
has
goat.
patungo dito sa playoffs. Sure, masasabi
Hindi
natin na siya
pressure
yung
ba? Siguro,
wala sigurong experience in this playoffs.
First
Because some of
playoffs.
them nakarating na. Even sa Vero back in Indonesia, nakaranas na rin siya ng playoff doon and won championships as well. So, siguro yung expectations niya
Pero
ay
as
nasa
Jimmy
kanyang
second
sarili
streak
sa kung
mo,
paano niya ba
Jim-
iaangat
Yeah.
yung level ng kanyang paglalaro and being
Ano,
part of the
Friday,
top
oh.
5 in
What is
IE
final,
and
I know,
one
but
in
I'm
PH, that already says a lot.
I agree. And it's something
Jim
that
to
he's been
never
very
skip
vocal
work
about.
out,
Even in
never
this
skip.
recent interview we had
As a-
yesterday, sobrang
He's a Mali
grateful
stream
niya
one
na
behind
yung
the Mali.
kasama
He's a stream
niya
one
kasi
in a
na-feel
Belga.
niya
He's a
talaga yung
practice
support and
but
the way
as
na
a
pinupush
practice
siya.
test.
But also, on the other hand, we have Savero, and we're taking a look at his top 5 heroes picks. Now, I think it's the best time to also recall what we previously talked about, no? Doon sa ating previous na naging keys to victory, which was to force Onic into
Card
lower
is-
tier gold lane options.
Pero
But
last
for
take,
the
what the
past
tariff on air card is,
games, 2 games,
Next
I
level
don't
air
think that
card.
has been entirely the case. We didn't
Yeah.
really see
Which team
Savero
will win
pick up
MSC?
a marksman na parang, in terms of
I
yung
think it's
gold lane
between
hierarchy
TLPS
natin right now,
or
I guess, is between yung mga
TLPS.
clean below.
Hindi, wala.
Diba, yung
TLPS
mga
kita.
iba pa nating rarely na lang
Philippine
makita
World
na
War
marksman.
State wala na.
But you
obviously.
still see na Liquid are able to
Basta on
really
subscriber,
disrupt
ganun.
whatever we've seen from Onic in the previous matches.
Yung one side,
na
okay,
they've
Falcon
performed
kung one
really
side,
well.
sige, tutok.
First turtle pa lang, na-point out mo na yan. And that
Smart Omega lang, bye-bye ba din,
so-called
Zado?
most objective 5-man gank na we are so used to seeing from Onic, we barely got to see it here in this entire series.
Yeah, I think they were having a hard time
Away, जिंदगी
trying to
Saudi
get some
na, bro,
scaling
talaga.
para dito nga kay
Awan
Savero.
Saudi yan,
For
dapat
sure.
series
Kirk
sumaman
finally got a Pakito, which is a hero na nagamit niya rin throughout the play-ins at naglagay sa
drafting
kanila
bets
sa
ka daw
puntong
mo,
ito.
pass
But
or-
there has to
pass
be
or the body,
something
wala,
next.
tita, wala,
There has to be
pretty
more
ganun.
focus towards
Ganyan,
those
ganyan,
team
ganyan.
fights dahil yun yung paulit-ulit na nilalaban sa kanila nitong Team Liquid Philippines. So the idea for Onic is this. Is it finally time to ban the Baksha out at magpunta
Let's
tayo
go.
dun sa Suyu Harley scenario? Or is
Still
Onic
pick and
still
there, Kalia-
willing to do
Kalia
that?
to-
Ipapalit pa tayo ng
Kalia
sides?
fans the ban
It's
back
not
away
gonna be the case.
95%
Pero yung
winners
Baksha
of,
ay
oh my
bukas
god,
pa rin.
you're
What's
to
gonna be the
95%
answer now?
winners, sorry ka daw.
I think on top of that question na kung hahayaan pa rin ba ng Onic na ma-open yung Baksha first pick for Liquid is also, are they willing
Technically,
to somehow
Marshall.
change what has not been working for them in the past 2 games? Kasi I believe they've been trying to make use of the Cho
Okay,
for 2
4 ways
games in
ban
a
of Philly,
row.
only
But
to side
we've
order.
had people
TLPS
share
ban.
Agree.
split opinions regarding the Cho in the current meta. And at least based on this game, we're not really able to see them utilize it to its
Wow.
best potential in terms of picking up the pace. But
Wow.
it's a surprise. It's Liquid who actually decide to take out the Baksha.
Okay, so the idea is again open ang Suyu at ang Harley for both of the teams.
Saan
The
mo nito
Harley,
bunay
that
kaya
might
lang
be the
sa
trade
ika?
that Team Liquid
You know,
Philippines is
so
willing to
yeah.
go for.
Ram
Kadalasan
lang
ang
kinaman, di ba?
pinipili
Kung
nila
kaya naman nila.
is the Harley depending on the idea that they want to go for.
Yeah.
Even the Eve, Hylos, yun yung mga susunod na picks that would come up for that mid duo to finally come into play as they roam around the map. So this might be some room para sa Onic
Boss,
Philippines
sir,
na
may
magkaroon
Jutsin
si
pula
King
tayo,
Kong
no?
ng hero that
Edit
can
ko lang
do
sa
maximum amount of damage.
Onic daw ba,
at
edit
papano-
private or
at-
definitely?
Kahit papano, meron din siya paraan para makaalis because with the use of the Leo Mord na nakita natin kanina, it
Okay.
didn't really work so well pagdating ng mga extended team fights.
Okay, and there's a chance we also see the focus
Broadly,
again on the
okay.
other side. But rather
Okay.
than the Suyu Harley, this is something they've
Edit
done
edit,
yesterday
leave to
as
get out
well.
of.
It's the Prio on the Claude, and as expected, Jusin finally
Hard
makes
pick
an
siya,
appearance in the
Yup,
series
hard pick siya.
alongside the Pakito. But this, I guess, is one of my biggest worries
Leo Mort?
because Jusin is commonly something countered by an Eve. And
Harley?
Eve is still available for Liquid,
Correct.
and it has been the priority for Sanji
Sa
for
draft
their
picking
past
din
few
sa kaya
games.
ka daw.
And I also have to add that Teddy in this current season is 15 and O pagdating sa paggamit ng Claude. So this is a player that really knows the mechanics of this hero. Although in terms of comfort, I feel like there's more to do now for Onic Philippines just because they have the Zushin on their side. A while ago, we saw the Valentina getting picked up, but only copying the Alecto final blow for mobility purposes. Now, they're not gonna have that problem anymore. And an extra damage coming out from Jerk.
Okay, that's the Leomord. Already picked up by Liquid, but they don't get the Eve. It's actually the Valentina this time.
Okay, I see it. This is them probably anticipating na merong big ticket ultimate na makukuha ang TLPH dito with Onyx Red 3. So they're probably just waiting for that. Also, I'm wondering how it's gonna be, right? Because again, kung sisilipin mo, may chances na mag-pick sila kagad ng gold laner dito or maybe something else since there's still a lot of heroes open.
And this is something na Coach Etomax shared to us. You really don't want to use the Leomord if you know that there's a potential Valentina on the other side. But
Yes.
there's a chance kasi na, yes, it still gets picked up. But I don't think it would have been as much of a prio considering that the Juicin was already revealed and you already have a Pangito. So this is just Liquid really being decisive. It's not in any way preventing problems for the Leomord. Talagang ito lang yung gusto nilang kuhain na mid-lane pick. And now you see the Suyo revealed for Onic. This is something I like kasi instead of a Red 3 Cho showing up, now it's a more proactive decision from Onic, I feel, to just lock in the Suyo as their jungler.
Yeah, this is the same decisiveness na ipinapakita sa atin ng parehas na team. Specifically for Onic, medyo dinelay nila ngayon yung hero na pwedeng gamitin itong si Brusco because there's still a ton more heroes that are available during this second banning and drafting stage. So, same scenario gaya nung nakita natin nung game number 2. They've also banned out the Hylos. So JP is gonna have to think of something else here. Maybe a gatot para ma-force lang yung iba sa mga members dito na mag-team fight talaga in certain situations na ayaw. Or there may be a Khalid or a blue that could be opened here for both of the teams depending on what it's gonna be like for them moving forward.
Yeah, a roamer definitely with mobility and at the same time,
Max
it has been a trend for Onic as well, especially heading into the second phase of the bans. Now that Liquid has mostly been reserving their roamer for second phase, na yung mga natitirang magandang revitalized heroes talaga, lang nila. So, let's see if they still opt to even deny the Gatot Catch-up for JP in this scenario. Kasi majority talaga ng mga high prio na roamers natin, never nang nahawakan itong dalawa. Even the Kalea for Brusco, hindi na natin nakita. But instead, it's gonna be an Alice taken out or by Onic.
Yeah, there's a split na ginawa ng Onic PH in terms of the second phase. It's a hero targeted for both Sanford and JP. Sanford has been used to a lot of damage-dealing XP laners all throughout the series. Kahit nga yung kahapon, di ba, nakita din natin na ganun yung klase ng heroes na ginagamit niya. So, it might be a direction that they're gonna go for. But considering that TLPH needs a bit more of front line to go for, Alice definitely makes sense.
Yeah. So now you really wonder if JP will be getting his hands on a really reliable,
let's go draft.
Any kind of frontline hero to compensate for the lack of which na binanggit mo ngayon lang. And if that's enough to make room for Sanford to still go for those typical damage XP laners in terms of etong matchup with the Pakito especially. Kasi we've seen it. Previously, parang ito rin yung plan ng Liquid all along to just really match a Pakito in lane and to make sure that they're capable of delivering the same through the Benedetta XP lane. But this is a change na we've been waiting and wanting to see from Onic. Finally picking up a different roamer, a Khalid to be exact.
Pero ito ang classic mula sa TLPH. Picking up the Yuzong. Ito yung mga feel-good picks usually coming out of Sanford. Now JP, there's a lot of heroes na tila nawala. The Marcel, the Kalea, the Hylos has already been taken out. That is some of the initiators na pwede nating makita. Hilda might be a choice, but the Gatot Katsa would obviously be an option for them. Full-on engage ang gustong gawin ng TLPH.
Okay, now it's very crucial. Now we see what Savero actually picks up for the team. In terms of yung mga signature gold lane picks niya, available pa naman karamihan, but what would you rather play into this lineup? You're going up against a Yuzhong. You're going up against a Claude. There's so much dive from Liquid. You might want to pick a safer option.
Sanford को Dragon with
and one that can
JP
definitely keep you
JP Daddy
secure
को guard
in
up
terms
somewhere.
of mobility. The Yususun is still there.
Oo.
The Harris is
Figure it out.
gone.
Yun yung
but
mga pandiin.
Goal na kill ito. अब जेल बनी short दिया Sanford.
Put into the test. Kapag medyo nababakan
किस
sa
और
score.
तो राम
But you
को
can say the same for etong Claude.
Correct.
Ni Teddy.
Isipin mo, merong
Moskov.
malalagasan. So they're just gonna stick with Moskov. The plan is to go
Nice
the
try,
long lane. Kung ikaw si
Trap me,
Savero and Onic PH, wait for that Moskov to finally pop off. Meanwhile, for Team Liquid Philippines, this has been standard from what they've showed all throughout the regular season. So both teams,
Let's
they've
go,
had
guys. This
some
is the
better
last
drops. Onic
game.
finally
Last
picking
game
up a
हुन्छ
hero
होला.
that could deal some CC.
This is the
So
third
this
match
is
है
gonna be an
होनी
interesting
पर्छ
game
TL
number
PS
3.
का. Let's
It
go.
is, and we are all looking forward to see it.
सबैजना make sure to
Once
like this
again,
stream, like and
paalala
subscribe
lang,
दिइहाल्नु
this is
guys.
match point for Liquid.
270 watching सकेर सबैजना like हानौँ.
Arena Mag-ina.
Lovely production PS को lovely.
Casters, let's get into game number 3.
It is currently match point for Team Liquid Philippines, the current champions, against third seed Onic. And how are they gonna climb themselves out of this one, refusing to use the YSS up until the last moment?
I don't know,
Lovely.
man. It's-
Let's go get out. This
I
is
was
the
expecting a battle,
third game
a
है केटा
battle,
third game. TL
undefeated
versus
marksman. Now,
Onic. अब
Teddy
TL
gets
ले
his
एक गेम जित्यो
hands
भने
on
TL
the clock.
क्वालिफाई हुन्छ
But
केटा.
what's crazy is
लीडर
King
सीमा
Kong
पेरिसको
also gets his
पेरिसमा.
hands on the
Let's
Suyo.
go.
Yep, the Suyo. And even for Carl, like we
Sanford
were
और
wondering
मेरो
if he
emblem
just
same
picked
छ Zong को.
Pasha again,
Full tank.
but you know what? He's
I'm
had
the
enough
Zong game
rolling
पे same
around. He
दिन
might as
हुन्छ.
well stampede his way on a
Emblem
hero
पनि same
like
हुनु पर्यो
the
नि.
Leomord if they're going to make it to the
Onic
grand final
Onic
after this one.
रिसाइसक्यो
Hopefully
केटा.
Onic can do
Super
something
face
about it though,
रिसाइसक्यो.
You know, I can't say it enough. Like, I don't want to sweep here, man. You know, we gotta.
Me too. I want.
Come on, Onic.
4 games, 5 games, but you know what? TFPH, they might just want to, end this game.
Petri?
Oh, petrify Kirk! Whoa!
Back it up.
First blood
Back it up, boys.
already. JP might be the trade, but he's got the
Back it up.
revitalize. That's gonna keep him up, man. Kirk, he gets just thrown out of the picture off that petrify.
Yeah, we said a lot of like that.
Sanford got the first
and then
kill.
We forget. Sanford doesn't use
Oh, Jerry.
He's the Yuzhong.
Oh, here we go, King Kong. Oh, there we go. Good trade.
मेरो
though.
भाइ King Kong.
They'll take out
Lovely
Teddy.
को छोडी.
Yeah.
All right.
It's good punish. Good punish from Onic.
That's what we're looking for. That is the Onic style. That's how they've been getting a lot of their games. Very early punish.
PS ले
As well as, of course, yes,
खेल्न बोलाऊ
that
अनि
mid
यो
trio.
रोम र
Right
एक्सपी
now,
लाई
the mid
चाहिँ
trio
फाल्ने
feels
हुन्छ
like
दुईटा
it is
इम्पोर्ट
on
लिएर
side
आऊ
of
अनि.
Tlph. They're doing it as well, scrambling. They got the perfect tool for it. It's Zushin as well.
Yeah, these are power picks. So if Onic is going to get a game in a series, this is definitely one of the lineups that can make that happen. Remember back when we were introduced to Severo during the regular season, we saw some impressive moments, right? The technicalities, the micro skill that he showed on a Moskov specifically. And even for this, we talked about leading into the matchup of how good of a Jushin player
सबैजनाको
Super
चाहिँ
Prince
मलाई
is.
यस्तो
So,
माया लागिरहेछ
and even
नि.
Brusco's had amazing games on the Khalid, so all the tools are there for them.
अब टरल
The
छोडिदिनु
fight
हुन्छ
for this
हो.
first turtle.
मलाई
Might go
आइसक्यो
ahead and
ड्रागन.
paint some of the picture for us. Dragon form already being thrown out here by Sanford, trying to zone out the members of Onic. He's going to try to get a range, but Carl Teasy will secure the turtle. No fight to break out. They'll just disengage.
Yeah, good start for the fight there for TLPH. Usually you'd see Sanford use the Black Dragon form with the turtle HP at 5k, but because they know that there's a lot of like fast heroes on the side of Onic, they had to use it way early just to allow Carl, give him time to take the turtle and then just play for disengage. So Liquid, a bit of a good head start on their side, but Onic, they don't really mind losing out on these turtle objectives because they do have, again, as you've said, the Moskov for Severo. Their game plan is to just let Liquid take all the objectives and look for trades.
Final Sunday नै होला.
scale
भोलि
out
अप्पर
with
ब्र्याकेट
Moskov.
फाइनल
I'm
होला,
just
पर्सि
looking for
फाइनल
Onic
होला.
to just remember who
ए
they are.
भोलि लोवर
Just like
ब्र्याकेट फाइनल होला, पर्सि
lion
चाहिँ
king heads in
फाइनल
the
होला.
clouds, remember who you are.
Remember.
Right? You used to be so good using the Moskov for split, making a very good team fight, and getting a level advantage. That's what King Kong usually does as well.
Yeah.
So if Onic can just go back into that mode, this should be a pretty fair fight.
Yeah, but I would say it's also risky because like Onic coming into this grand final.
the final.
Feels like it.
Feels like one.
Feels like it.
Feels like it.
Coming into this upper bracket finals, it feels like they wanted to let Carl Daisy on a hero that doesn't usually carry, like with the boss.
Total 47 was. So I'm ठीक है game.
Teddy on,
Late game form राम्रो छ यार.
I would say closed out timings.
So Onic
heroes like
हल्का
Harith, who don't infinitely scale, right? But now Onyx overall game plan is let Tlph play whatever they want, and then we challenge
यो
them
Sanford
in our
कस्तो छ क्या
own
like
comp. And
यो
this
यसलाई
feels
ग्याङ्क
like
गर्छ भने थाहा छ नि त अनि यो
both
सेफ
teams
खेल्छ
just
क्या
wanna
टटलको अगाडि
and then we
अनि
took it out
टटलमा
late
मात्रै हुन्छ क्या एभ्री टाइम
That's a very fair way to go,
Punishment
right?
for this
Onic
Sanford
knows
टटल
they
अगाडि
can split up the map easier.
Yes.
They have a
Here
boss
is
call. They're
Sanford
trying to
on
buy
the
time.
team.
They just don't want to give out these kills, don't want to give out these early objectives as well for Tlph. They're going to try to fight it, but they're not going to, wipe themselves out just trying.
Yeah.
उसको
This
मरे
game,
मरे स्लाइडर छ
again, it's all about who has better map control late game, who has more damage, who fights better. For early games, it's all about aura farming for TLP.
के काइरीको बारेमा के
And
भने
that's
रे
why
कास्टरले
the
केटा
recalls are coming in early.
Yeah, people just be recalling everywhere. And Onic, it doesn't feel like, again, they're looking to contest. Look at where Suyo is.
Yeah.
I just put it
You gotta
in
think at this point for TLPH,
Sanford
the aura farming.
ठिक छ आउट बेट भयो
Sanford taking a
र
fight
तर
up
के
here.
गर्ने छैन टटलमा
Off of this turtle, they've got complete control of it.
He
Right
dives
now,
back.
he dives in forward just to buy some time. He's still
Wow.
going to be alive. The revitalize, he'll back up. He jumps back in, takes Kirk out, amidst it all, and another turtle secured. What is going on here? Onic, I think, is just even surprised themselves.
That was way too much, man. Sanford dove back in with 20% HP.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Yeah. And you know what happened after JP used the AOG and then Sanji, he was like, let me join in on the action.
brother.
Raging Sandstorm with a flicker. And Onic, it felt like they were
Sanford,
really
oh my
looking forward to that play. They got surprised.
Masarapp
That
Luli
was a
tipped
huge
20
surprise
rupees.
play here.
Abba
TLPH
Falcon
is exactly
Purai
what we
fire
know
ma
Sanford for, that
Achahola
X factor,
Oil
that
Money
out of
Dinkahola
nowhere
Malik
play.
Lay to fire
Even
them
with,
up
like, really
EWC
big,
on the
bulky
site.
XP laners, that is why he is one of the world, if not the world's
Thank you
best
so much for
usual
20 NPR. अब फाल्कन पुरै फायरमा आउँछ होला ओइल मनी दिन्छ होला मालिकले
Playing a part in that role of keeping them up.
फाल्कन साउदीको अर्को नि त त्यही भएर ओइल
Sanford,
मनी
this is
भन्छ
one of the
केटा
things that you see from him
फाल्कनले हान्छ होला लोवर ब्याकेट
consistently,
फाइनलमा
just how much of a, I guess, efficient XP laner he is throughout the course of the game, from the early game all the way to the very end, and I think that's what makes him so deadly for a lot of
all
teams
we
to
have
try
is
to play
Sabir
against him,
now.
just
Sabir to
alone in the
go.
lane. But then when it comes to those early skirmishes, those team fights, it's hard to keep track of him.
Oh, Severo.
Severo jumps in, plays into it, going to be used here. Onic, are they going to want to choose this fight? Super Prince goes in with a beacon.
ए
There's an AOG
जेपी
just
गार्ड
going
मस्ती
off.
गरे त यसलाई मार
They're gonna go in. This could be a kill though for JP. Popping the real revitalize. He's still gonna be
कस्तो
alive.
अनुमति हो यार कस्तो
Even
ट्याङ्क हो
with the
जेपी
soul sever, they Onic can't just get a kill.
यसको गार्ड कस्तो ट्याङ्क हुन्छ केटा
Rotating here to go ahead and support this. They will get a
मिडमा
turret
छोडेको
though.
फेरि
Look at mid.
नयाँ
Oh my god.
Look at mid.
They're doubling down on mid. And I don't know if that's a fair trade, man. You gave up your jungle security for a
जेपीको गार्ड
top
फेरि
tier
यस्तो
turret.
ट्याङ्क
That's
हुन्छ
not
यसको आइटम
fair.
के हो
I mean, Onic, even though it felt like they were the ones forcing, they weren't able to fully punish the Claude top side, and then
Sanford
they
guard
lost
must be
mid.
very
Mid
tough.
lane is so important this match because now TLPH, they get access to both the side lanes.
Yeah, like you said, Midnight, TLPH is one of those teams that if they are losing something on the map, or it seems like they're losing something, they're not. They're trading it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times it's more valuable in the grand scheme of things than what they're actually getting.
Yeah, especially right now. Teddy's needed here. Carl TC up on front. Brusco's in trouble.
Yep, he's going for Brusco. Raging Sandstorm from Sanji again. And he gets a return. Brusco goes into his death. I'm not sure if that was needed, but it seems disconnected. And now Kirk jumping into the fight as well. He's got to get out of here. Super Friends laying down the lantern to help him get out. But man, Onic falling in part as side of their jungle.
Yeah, they're going to lose a lot of control here, and that is the trade that we're talking about. Is that a fair trade? Now it's TLPH with just free access.
Yeah, and this is just
3-0
off
upper
of
bracket
that
final.
one turret push that Liquid had because Onic had to play side lanes first.
Okay,
There's a bigger prior for TLPH for them to take mid. Although they forced out the flicker on the Claude top side. For Onic, they just need to scale, they need farm. But the problem right now is TLPH, they have tempo on the map, they're controlling the river, they have access to the Moscow, they have access to this Lord side. So Onic has to find a way to sort of like reclaim or retake some form of territory in the mid lane.
That's true. The territory definitely is going to start shrinking very, very soon, especially when Tlph gets those level advantages early on. A free flicker here.
I mean, it's Tlph, man. Might as well just flicker to be safe.
Yeah.
It feels that way.
Yeah, because of the fact that Tlph was also playing off map. Nobody was showing mid. JP was in the bush. Kirk had no idea where everybody was on the side of Tlph. So the moment he saw Phantom Speed and then the name Tlph, might as well go flicker out.
These are those games where you just want to turn off the names.
Yeah.
I think that will help a lot.
Just change it to Leo Mord and, Valentina. Oh, we can't do that.
Masarapp Kiluli tipped 20 rupees. Come to lower bracket on it. Falcons waiting for their revenge to spank you. Habibi, come, baby, come.
Half health. He can pop the revitalize if he needs it, but I don't know if they're going to go for the ball. So close from Severo on the SOD. But Lord's still secured by Team Liquid, now going for the fight as Brusco falls. They're still looking for more now. Kirk, he's punching his way to take out Sanford. So at least a 1-for-1 trade, but Kirk could be in trouble now. He's got some shields to work with, but it's not enough. As he'll fall, Severo left on the other side of the map to just push in a Phantom Steed. They're going for more. They're going to go for King Kong, but now before he takes one
King
of
Kong.
them, it's to clean up the fight.
Teddy.
Oh, Super Prince.
He's in trouble.
He's in between two turrets. He should be safe.
Oh, nice yaar, only that I'm no air trade.
Super Prince. Okay. Oh, Super Prince.
Oh, not safe. Not safe at all.
Yeah, I was about to say good counterplay from Onic at least, even though Tlph found something.
Oh, nice yaar, Severo.
He's able to get
Oi, Severo.
He's still working because Severo turns us around.
Severo. Oi, Severo. Oi, Severo.
What a counterplay from Severo. The pressure.
Severo. Ille dar ma rahira cha ille dar ma rahira cha.
Overextended a bit. Sanford died, but Sanji and Tlph played well to cover for each other, got more kills, but even though they were getting kills, they were being punished by King Kong. And then Severo was able to clean up the Lord. And then after that, Tlph tried to look for more kills, and then the Moskov appeared. We've said this so many times in the regular season. You do not get to overpressure against Severo because he can punish.
Yeah, he is the pressure. He just knows how to deal with it. Yep. And finally, Onic is showing us why they chose the Moskov over the Ascension in this game. Severo can do stuff like that. He was doing it in the regular season. All the superhero landings in the perfect time, saving Onic just when you thought everything was lost.
Man, down from almost getting the Lord with the Spear of Destruction, down to, handling it, pushing that wave up top, getting the tier 2 down, and then showing up for that fight to get a double. Like, if that doesn't reiterate the fact of what we mentioned back on day one of right now, the Indonesian player for Onic Philippines is just making things happen and sometimes carrying the team. This is what's happening right now. He's bought them enough time.
Yeah, and now he's bought the Wind of Nature. So this is a big problem for Tlph. You have to outplay a mechanically gifted Severo on his signature Moskov with a Wind of Nature. So Tlph have a lot of layers to go through against Onic.
I can smell the outplays. I'm waiting for it, right? Like, you can enable so much with Wind of Nature, especially the majority of them are physical damage.
Yeah, and the reason why I say outplays because majority of the damage dealers on Tlph are all physical. And this is also the item that dropped Aurora Gaming back in day number one. One outplay might spell your doom. Even though that was a different hero, same idea.
Yeah, it is a 2-0-1 Moskov as well.
Moskov late game
no cross map, no problem.
CC se khanu bhayo 55
at least that's Onic is thinking right now.
डर लागिरहेको छ सबैले खेलेको छ डर मलाई पनि
has that Black Dragon.
Oh,
nice यार सबैले nice.
Oh, the flicker.
अति रिफ्लेक्स यार मेरो भाइ सबैले.
Severo doesn't have that. That's
यसरी हान्न
crucial.
पर्छ TLP.
So he's gonna have to rely on Brusco potentially here. Kirk doing the work.
Okay.
Taking some resources, at least from Tlph, but the space for this Lord is what they're looking for.
That's a decent cut. He can split that top side. And it will force a reaction from TL here.
Oh, they're going up. They're going up top.
Oh, they are going up top. Kirk's still there though. Are they gonna try to spawn him out? He's got the purple ball mid lane. Gonna focus. Black Dragon form to use as well.
Masarapp Loli tipped 20 rupees. Somebody tell Carlton isn't James Spanks. Bro is only good for farming. W James Spanks.
Start up the Lord here. They make quick work to clear it.
Kirk
Kirk
goes
to put the pressure there. Kirk, he'll pump that turret down. So Vero, Masanji has a raging sandstorm. They got to deal with Kirk. Kirk gets a turret. A great move there. They're keeping TLPH.
Nice, Super Prince.
Already.
Super Prince. Super Prince. Hot मिठो. पकड़े पुष्पले. Nice one, Onic.
Onic will be able to get one. They're looking for more.
Sabira फस्यो. Win of it. अति win of it. Sabira. Let's go, Onic, bro. Onic. Let's go, Onic. Let's go. Let's go, Gada. Let's go. Atti yaar Sabira.
Cavalry was confused, but the super family is pushing the base.
Oh my god.
If there's a liquid stampede, we gotta figure something out for
Atti
that
bawa
Onic
lagera.
because
Maza aaya.
what was that?
Crazy yaar. Super Prince कस्तो झुलाइदिएको नि यार.
Flash if I've ever seen one.
Damn, bro.
They took
Damn.
TLPH by surprise, complete outmaneuver, and
Damn,
Kirk
man,
was
bro.
at the helm.
I mean, there were a lot
Lovely
of
game by one
but
game.
this Moscow
Atti
pick,
bawa
they could have
last
gone the Eastern Shin. They could have gone the undefeated route, but no, they went
GG
with the
yaar
mechanical
Sabiro.
route.
Oh
They
my
went with the
god,
pressure.
Sabiro,
They
my
went
guy.
with Sabiro.
Oh man, that was
Rame ho ki kya?
that was so genius to see how they played that. You think it's just the Mozgov that can push across the map?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, हेर न यार
hell,
टिप
when you got
पारेको.
Kirk doing a play like that, making a
Laning
move on
freeze
the
गरेर
off
चाहिँ lot
lane turret. At the same time, you have a wave to deal with. That puts you in a very susceptible position. If your team Liquid, the rest of the guys around the Lord trying to face off against Onic.
Yeah. And that one outplay on the bottom side
खेलेगा
allowed
यार
for all
Ron.
these things to
MVP
happen.
दियाल सबैलाई.
In the game for Onic.
MVP दियाल MVP.
The pressure lives
Mark,
up to
some
his
key
name.
खेलेगा यार
Sabiro is our game MVP with an amazing performance.
Sabiro
on
के
the
डाल,
Moscow
Sabiro the goal.
206, 80% kill preservation, and again one outplay led to the other. They allowed the split push for the top side, and the wind of nature problem for TLPH proved to be too much.
खेल्दाको ठाउँ लिन सक्छ है केटा अहिले.
Especially as you have a lineup
Crazy खेल्दैछ
that
यार.
will specialize
यसले राम्ररी ह्यान्डल
in
गरिरहेछ
pistol
केल्दाको
damage,
ठाउँ.
like you pointed out right there. Valentina just there mainly for crowd control. You can't really use sustained damage on that Val. So now that was a big problem that had to be solved, but TLPH did not have enough time to fix it.
That,
Impressed by
as
यार
we,
मलाई सबैले
I feel like this was
कस्तो खेलेको यार यो
foretold at one
केटाले.
point because we were talking about how, you know, you get all your power picks if you're Onic in this game. You're facing,
Like-
you know, match point, and you go for your best.
लाइक मैले यो सबैलाई क्या एभ्री टाइम लाइक केल्दाको ठाउँ कसरी लिन सक्छ केल्दा चाहिँ यस्तो अपग्रेड भर्जन हो नि त केल्दा अनि एमपिएल आइडीबाट आइरहेछ पिएसमा इम्पोर्ट आएर के नै गर्न सक्छ होला सोचेको होइन बट आई वाज रङ म्यान सबेरो रिपोर्ट टिएलपिएचको सबै फिलिपिनो गोल्डेनरहरूलाई ग्याप हान्न चाहिँ यसले भन्नुपर्दा त यार टेडीलाई नै ग्याप नै हान्यो मार्कोलाई सुद्धा हानेको यसले मार्कोलाई सुद्धा हानेको फाल्कोलाई 3-0 हानेर आएको छ यार सबेर केटा इन्डो इम्पोर्ट फिलिपिनमा आएर धोप सान्नु छ यो अति टिम फाइट यार यो प्ले सबेरको ओ माई गड सबेरो द गोट सबेरो क्रेजी प्लेयर यस्तो प्लेयर ओनिकमा सबमा थियो क्या केटा हो त्यही भएर मलाई ओनिकको त्यही बानी मन पर्दैन क्या राम्रो राम्रो प्लेयर ल्याउँछ लास्टमा सब राखिदिन्छ पहिला अल्बर्टलाई सब राख्यो त्यसपछि सबेरोलाई सब राख्यो त्यही बानी मलाई मन पर्दैन ओनिक आइडीको कि त बरु राम्रो प्लेयर ल्याउँदै नल्याउनु सबमा राख्ने भए कि त खेलाउनु कि त रिलिज गरिदिनु है सबेरोलाई सबमा हाल्न थियो यार बरु स्काइलर भन्दा कति राम्रो खेल्छ यार यसले स्काइलरको लाइक हाइप मात्रै बढ्यो क्या अहिले त्यस्तो खेल्न सक्दैन नि यस्तो क्यारी हान्नै सक्दैन स्काइलरलाई मेन लाइनअप
He's a little slower, not as tanky, but it was also just again it wasn't even down to that. It was just Onic really knowing their composition.
Omega
strength
Falcon
here,
3-0 हानेको हेर्ने कि नै Masarapp.
TLPH definitely gave them a run for the money though, for the early fights, those early skirmishes, the early objectives. They secured the 3 turtles. And so they had control, especially early to mid-game, but Onic knew the way to dissect that composition when it really mattered, and that's kind of what we saw unfold throughout especially the late game there.
Yeah, and I would say though,
Skyler
that this
Rampage
is what
but
mortalizes teams like TLPH.
तिमीहरु चुज गर्नु पर्यो सबैलाई खेलाउँछ स्काइलर र टिममा स्काइलरको एक्सपिरियन्स छ बट परफर्मेन्स वाइज त सबैले मलाई बेटर लाग्छ स्काइलरको प्राइममा त क्रेजी थियो कसैले टच गर्नु
give some form of control in the trio mid just to be able to like
Stanford को दङमा हारे केटा
both side lanes. But even then they didn't have all the tools in the world to deal with the Zushin, the Khalid, so they had to force a lot of things on the side of Onic, and it came down to Sanjay using that raging sandstorm to bait out a flicker from Severo. But even then after that it felt like Onic didn't react at all. They were just so calm, so collected, because they knew they could just play the map, they could play split pressure, because TLPH, they don't have the best of heroes to deal with this.
And I like it, Onic is cool, calm and collected. They're not bowing to the pressure, they can make better decisions. And in
but just no limit ले just no limit पहिला खतरा प्लेयर हो केटा अब पहिला त मान्नै पर्छ खतरा प्लेयर हो तर पहिला कम्पिटिसन त्यस्तो थिएन नि त अब अहिले आयो भने कहाँ जस्ट नो लिमिट त्यस्तो कहाँ भ्याउँदै भ्याउँदैन नि जस्ट नो लिमिटले पहिला त खतरै हो एक टाइममा तर जस्ट नो लिमिटले गर्दा नि एमएल धेरै चलेको
Leffy Zen tipped 20 rupees. Marco Vailevandai, 3. Bajisama Study Guerrera Ninja na Pugera Hija KO Game Bigreko Ray Comeback.
मार्को भाइले भन्दै थियो 3 बजेसम्म स्टडी गरेर निन्द्रा नपुगेर हिजोको गेम बिग्रेको रे कमब्याक हेरौँ न त आज के गर्छ मार्को भाइले स्काइलर नि राम्रो थियो तर फाइटर मेटाले गर्दा हो त्यही एड्याप्ट गर्न सकेन भन्न खोजेँ नि त्यसो भए राम्रो हो नि स्काइलर मैले नराम्रो त भनेको छैन तर त्यही ओनिकको सब प्लेयर चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्छ तिनीहरूलाई बरु अरू टिममा खेलाए राम्रो भनेको मैले चाहिँ सबेरको एरिथिल त दोप छिर्छ यार काइरी और कार्ल्टी चाहिँ अब तिमीहरू कम्पिटिटिभ प्लेयर जसलाई पनि सोध है काइरी और कार्ल्टी चाहिँ तिनीहरूले जहिले पनि कार्ल्टीजीले नै भन्छ क्या केटा अब भ्युअरहरूले चाहिँ काइरी कि कार्ल्टिजमा धेरै जसोले काइरी नै चुज गर्छ बट कम्पिटिटिभ प्लेयरमा चाहिँ एभ्री टाइम कार्ल्टिजी नै चुज गर्छ जसलाई सोद्धा नै हुन्छ कम्पिटिटिभ प्लेयरहरू म त अभियसली कार्ल्टिजी नै हो मेरो पनि गाइज एकछिनै म वासरुम गएर आउँछु पिस्ता भयो Hello, I'm back. Let's go. के हेरेको छु एमएससी च्याम्पियनहरू एमएससी के हो ए एमएससीमा कोदान जानु के हो यो टिआर आइसकेको हो आमा छ वाइल्ड कार्ड किन ल्याएर त टिआरको साइडमा
Masarapp Kobik Daddy tipped 69 rupees. How you been, little baby girl? I hope you aren't scared. Miss you. Hot face, hot face, hot face. Kiss mark, kiss mark.
यो केटा हो थ्याङ्क यू सो मच है मसराप नै भन्छु म त्यो चाहिँ भन्दिनँ थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर अझै 69 एम्पियर पढाइरहेको छ थत केही भन्दिनँ यार म त केटा म त केही भन्दिनँ
All around, there's just so many things happening. MSL Myanmar's also gonna have their own grand finals alongside us.
Yes, sir.
So
त्यही
my
भएर
eyes are gonna
यस्तो
be
काम गर्नु हुँदैन केटा
split up here so much.
एकछिन
And remember that interview we talked about? Check it out.
Extend ang ating serye, kaya naman ngayon ay nandito
Yo,
ang isa sa mga
Ati
boss
Wild
from
na.
our KOLs, Shaira! Hi guys! Shout out sa lahat ng nanonood ng MPL! Wow! Welcome talaga dito sa Champions Arena. Alam mo, Shaira, ikaw talaga yung champion sa taas ng energy. Kumusta ba yung vibe mo dito sa Champions Arena?
Ay, pagpasok ko pa lang, kitang-kita ko na agad. Grabe ang energy ng bawat teams. Grabe, ang pinakalakas na team na nandito, Onic at saka Tlph. Grabe talaga!
team fire sa
Grabe,
tayo
Shaira.
dito
Alam mo, Shaira, parang mas mataas pa yung energy mo kahit pagsamahin yung dalawa.
No.
Alam mo, Shaira, gusto ko lang malaman, nakatulog
First
ka
to
ba?
after ka
Hindi nga eh.
Hindi nga. Na-excite ka
Lol,
talaga sa
lol.
mga kaganapan ngayong araw.
Na-excite talaga.
Oo, Shaira,
Ako ng mga yan.
dito sa ating dalawang teams, ano ba yung napupusuan mo?
Parehas kasi.
Parehas. Ang hirap
Meron
talaga pamili.
ती spawn
Naiiyak na talaga
SRS
si
मा
Shaira
बेट
sa
हानेको
mga ganap.
क्रिकेट
Pero, alam mo,
टिममा
Shaira,
बेट हान्नु हुँदै भयो केटा
habang,
मेरो estimate to pura na
nagaganap
केटा
itong ating match sa loob, meron din tayong super fan city sa labas. Balita ko, meron daw kayong booth dyan.
Ay, oo, meron, guys. Please visit our booth, yung All-Star, kasi grabe ang daming mga prizes and pang-freebies na pwede niyong makuha.
So, hindi lang si Shaira ang nagigiftan nyo.
Kita make sure to like the stream, like and subscribe and make it a top page
to
na.
our super fan city. And alam mo, Shaira, balita ko, meron din daw kayong shoot na episodes for All-Star.
Ay, oh my God, guys. So, abangan nyo pala yon bukas na, no? From May 30 and 31, meron ka may episode. So, 2
Luffy
p.m.
din to
yan,
comment,
guys.
tingnan,
Kaya
kaya bawal na
abangan
sa
nyo
Luffy.
ang pasabog namin.
Aabangan ko talaga. Ikaw ba yung isa sa mga umarte doon?
Ay, ako ang representado ng
मेरो member pa wala eh
Grabe,
केटा
Shaira,
मेरो
parang bagay talaga sa'yo mag-artista. Eh, no? Parang lahat ng
Parkour
emosyon ay
loot pick
nararamdaman
केटा मलाई
namin
loot
kapag
pick game
kasama
player
ka.
आफ्नै लाग्छ
At
केटा
i-invite mo naman lahat ng ating mga super fans na manood
मलाई
dito
loot
sa
pick problem
venue.
लाग्दैन
So
Onic
yun nga guys, so nabanggit ko na kanina. Abangan nyo, 2 p.m. bukas ang episode ng All-Star. Imagine, iba't ibang region ang kasama ko, yes. 10 po kami from different countries na maglalaban-laban at ako po ang magpipresenta sa Pilipinas.
Ang buff ng Philippines, ang KOL nating si Shaira. So ipa-cheer mo naman, tigisang team.
Okay guys, titignan natin ngayon kung sino
Best of
ang
5, yes, guys, best of 5.
pinakamalakas na cheer. Ready na bang lahat? Okay, saan muna, Odin? Saan sino sa
Siyempre
tingin
sa
mo?
Onic muna.
Okay, Onic muna. And 3, 2, 1, Onic!
Wow!
Ba, lakas
Napantayan yung level ng energy mo.
Oo.
Dito naman sa
Oh, dito.
kabila.
Oh,
Siyempre,
TLPH.
kailangan bumawi.
Alam nyo na, narinig nyo na. So dapat mas lagpasan nyo pa. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, TLPH!
ल वाइल्ड सारे केटी छ
Grabe
वाइल्ड
talaga
छ
ating mga super fans at grabe ka na rin, Shaira. Maraming salamat
wild
for
kid yan,
being
one
with us
person
here
pala.
in the Champions Arena. Ibalik na muna natin sa ating mga casters at sabayan mo ko pag sinabing palag na to. In 3, 2, 1, palag na to!
Kala ko kante.
Ay, masarap mo tayo, mga ito.
Kailangan ko na magpa-check up ng
Fio,
tenga
balik
pagkatapos
hatu tawa,
nitong araw na
Fio,
ito.
Ka talaga, Shaira, nakaka-blockbuster ka na, nakakabasag ka pa ng eardrum. Anyway, ibang klase, ang nakita
They already
natin
knocked by
mula
the
sa Onic
two.
Philippines in that
Tama na
game
yan,
number
kaya-
3. That is the reason why we are going to this next game, you know. Tlph usually momentum na sila pag mga ganun
Loyal
klase
kita
ng
want to-
scenarios but Onic
Momentum
Philippines
loyal
just
lagi
showed
kita,
to
pero
us
future
what
call
they're
like.
made of at bakit
I
sila
mean, future
nakarating
wise.
sa upper bracket finals from being here or from being at the play-ins.
Yep. Malaking
Era
bagay
त एकचोटि
yun.
चिठिया
Stopping
भने
the
अहो म त
momentum
हेर्थेँ
that
तिमीहरूको हल्का बल लाग्थ्यो
definitely
मलाई
evident
म
na rin sa
त
Cavalry for the first 2 games. And this is why we appreciate so much
Mas
how
kaya,
well
tingnan
Onic
natin.
adapted. This is something na pinag-uusapan natin sa
Sinali.
draft pa lang kanina. The
Sinali,
moment
pati
they
bonus
decided to switch up the priorities, I think particularly
Like
starting
just thought,
with
ano,
that
चिठिया
Suyo
भने
Prep 3.
के हो भन्नु
Kasi from that point
कसम जे पाइदै रहेछ भने हेर न यार टिमहरूलाई कसम भनेको नि के हो अरे नाम स्पेलिङ के हो ट्राइरोफोबिया ए होइन सब जे पाइदै रहेछ ट्राइफिस गभर्मेन्टमा के होला आमा बुल्ला जस्तो के हो यो? What the fuck, bro? यस्तो मेरो मुखमा आयो त म Bro, wait, wild छ यार यो त कसम हेर्दै किन आयो मैले त छे 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 म त हेर्दै किन आयो
Ano bang maglakad ng onte?
O sige, lakad tayo ng konti.
Lakad kaming
Basta
konti,
lakad
guys,
muna.
ha?
Kamusta? Kamusta?
Kamusta, guys? Oy, kaya pa ba? Kaya pa
Buhayin
ba?
natin ang lahat ng
Oh.
mga nandito. Okay?
Ano to?
Oh, wala,
Ano to?
wala ako dyan, ha? Wala ako dyan.
Hey,
Wala
lol.
ako dyan. Kaya pala pinaglakad, no? Sino nagsabi maglakad
Sino
tayo?
nag-call na maglakad po kami?
Feeling ko
direct?
ipapakita nyo lang talaga. Sige, isa pa nga, isa pa nga. Baka ano eh. Grabe.
Stanford is झन्डा गाडिरहेछ
Ang galing, oh.
Meron pa ba dyan? May iba
Ang
pa ba
galing,
dyan?
ang galing kasama pala si Teddy doon. Oh. Okay, let's
Biglang
go.
may Teddy.
Let's go.
Wala
Dito
ka
pa tayo.
tayo sa kabila.
Oy, ito, shoutout natin.
Oy, shoutout
oh,
natin
okay.
to.
We know you're probably doing a
Yes.
watch party right now.
Yes.
We would like to shout out.
Mirko the
How
goat
do we address him? How do we address him, no?
Hindi, sabi niya, Babaero Wolf daw eh. Babaero Mirko also.
Babaero Mirko.
Right? I think that, ayan pala, yan, Mir Baguettes. I don't know what Mir Baguettes is. I guess
Ito yan,
yan
siya,
yung mga
biscuit खाँदै
minions
थिएँ
ni Mirko.
यो नि खाइदियो त्यो अहिलेको
Okay, okay, okay. I never know they had a name.
We're
pero,
looking for
okay,
more
okay.
creative stuff.
Sige,
Kaya
ano
nahanap
ba?
pa tayo.
Ano ba meron
O,
tayo
punta
dyan? Hello
dun sa
po,
likod.
Nay.
Punta tayo dun sa likod. Hello po
Saan
sa
po tayo
inyong lahat.
pupunta ngayon? Saan po
Ayan
tayo
na,
pupunta
ang dami.
ngayon? Oh.
Aakyat ba tayo? Pupunta
tayo,
natin.
aakyat
Aakyat tayo. Sige,
tayo.
dito natin eh.
Direct, kaya pa.
Oo.
भयो
Sige,
draft
mga
हेर
10,000
draft
step. Goal natin maka 10. Goal
Uy.
natin maka 10,000 steps
Oo,
dito sa
ikot
San Juan
tayo dito.
Arena eh.
Ay,
di
kailangan
ba?
natin pumunta sa kabila,
Oo,
tingin ko.
yung mga
kikita tayo sa kabila.
naka-on ba yung Strava mo, te?
Naka-on ba?
Naka-on ba? Hello po sa inyo. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. Magay kayo sa
Let's
camera.
go!
Ayan po, tutukan mo sila lahat, kuya. Grabe. Sobrang dami ng tao. Partida. Di ba?
Ay,
Ang galing.
hello.
Uy, hello po.
Ilang steps na tayo?
Uy,
Draft
pakita
time
mo
ba?
yan.
Uy, ang ganda.
Ipakita mo yan,
Pakita
men.
mo to.
Santi, para to sa'yo kung
Uy.
nanonood ka man. Santi, para to sa'yo.
Iba ka. Alam mo yun, ah.
din.
Bigay po natin sa kanya yan mamaya.
Opo, bigay po
Oh.
natin yun
Tapos
mamaya.
mag-picture po kayo.
Ayan.
At nandito na tayo. Saan na tayo? Saan na tayo?
Exit na tayo eh.
Mag-exit na
Balis
tayo. Okay.
Balis na yata tayo.
Hindi, iba to. Dito tayo.
Oo, doon ba tayo?
Dito pa tayo.
Stoppage na pala.
Clear,
Hindi
alam,
sila
pressure
umabot.
भइसक्यो त्यहाँ
Hindi sila
मलाई
umabot sa cut-off.
Ayun lang.
ल भयो draft
Babalik na tayo. Hindi, kasi nakikita na ng mga internet
Good map, oh.
fans
Flying
natin.
Cloud.
Saan po kami dadaan?
Hindi, doon tayo sa kabila.
Game 3 हो यो
Nakikita kasi ng mga internet
Game
fans
po full map.
natin yung, yung
Dangerous
since
grass,
nandito
pero
sila
dangerous
sa
grass.
bandang Onic Philippines side.
ए म्याच सेलेक्ट प्लेयरहरूले गर्ने हो कि टिमले गर्ने हो
Oo nga eh. Balang araw po, dadating din po tayo sa punto na
First and second game
makakarating
select
po
गर्न
kayo sa
सक्दो रहेछ
banda.
Balang
Okay,
araw
wag po
sa
kayong
amin.
mag-alala. Onic,
Interesting.
babalikan po namin kayo kung sakali na manalo yung Onic
Oo.
PH sa game number 5.
सबैहरू wanna save
malaki ba
Onic,
tiwala
oy.
ng Onic PH? Malaki? I see it. I see that.
सबैहरूको
So,
स्यालेरी बढाउनु पर्छ नि यिनीहरूले
update lang din po namin ang ating internet audience na nakabalik na po kami sa aming upuan.
Opo.
So I think it's about time for us to start game number 4.
The one and only goat,
Match
Sobero.
point pa rin ang Team
Kaya sabi na like this stream, like and subscribe and sabi
about
na.
the good things na nagawa ng Onic Philippines aside from the draft prioritization.
Okay, let's go drafting page.
I think even
Draft
though
trading ano may kadawa.
karamihan talaga ng pwede nating masabi about Onic when it comes to that, just really was from that one team fight
Let's
onwards
go,
na nakita
boys.
natin. I guess you could also say it's how they were able to maybe
Masarapp not streaming
calm
next
down
game.
a bit in terms of
Next
what
game,
they
Cardi
wanted
na
to
kada
do. Kasi
stream.
parang si Kirk nag-revert lang siya dun sa typical
Kaya
na this is how we use the pakito, this is how we just constantly keep the pressure going, this is how we make sure na parang we keep them on their toes. And they mainly started that through yung again. Nakita natin ginagawa ni Kirk. Managing the way so well, so much that Liquid and
let's
their
go draft
objective
pretty good, man.
fighting capabilities were hindered just because they had to react to what he was doing in the map.
Okay, so the idea for Onic Philippines, surprisingly, is to take out itong Pakito, which is something that we don't usually see as much in this series. Kasi nga, gamit na gamit yan, either ni Sanford or either nitong si Kirk. So, it felt like Onic Philippines, there's a reason why they keep on sticking with this red side. Napansin mo, parang hindi yata sila nagkaroon ng sandamakmak na changes based on what we're seeing. Or should I say, it's actually the blue side ngayon para sa Onic Philippines. And looking at it again from
watch party gore again. Hindi tournament खेलेगे नहीं कड़ा.
still not
watch party na
an
watch
option.
pero
Para naman dito sa TLPH, what's the idea here? Dapat ba silang bumalik dun sa backsha since parang binubuksan din naman ng Onic yun, or do they have to think of other things?
मेरे stream में dislike होने जो पूरे जो पता ना तो आलू bro.
Actually, sobrang interesting na itong makita kung sila naman ano kaya yung magiging
Watch
priority.
party
Because
gore
it seems like the backsha will be open.
Barne is the
So
look at
I
a draft
think
ready.
let's go hop on that
First pick
train
it's a
of thought
pocket the man
na they could potentially go
Oi,
for the
nice,
backsha
First pick
in
back
the
siya
first
Ramlo
pick,
eh.
and
Wild
there we
Ramlo.
go.
First pick back siya.
Sila ang nag-first pick nitong backsha. King Kong has used it
Kill shot TL पे तो kill लेते कड़ा.
the play-ins and even
TLPS
towards
ले
the three
Eric
ways
Tinzagi
na
maybe?
nandito na tayo sa San Juan Arena. So,
Eric
optimal
saw
choice here
Claude पण
for
1 second Claude saw.
TLPH is to possibly go for a gold laner.
और
pero
नहीं
dito kay
Leopard.
Teddy, we saw him use the
Claude क्या Eric में
hammer
order
and
दिन
the
चला.
Claude all throughout this series.
I
Wala
think
pang iba
Eric
because
din pa niyo.
it's just 4 games.
Yeah, and that's also I think what's been
Eric dito-
keeping Onyx in
Eric
the
din
game.
dito,
I
Teddy
feel,
li.
kasi hindi naman nila sobrang na-force out. But I think that's also a great choice from Liquid kasi they're not totally reacting to Savero and putting in so much
Yup.
pressure on him. Similar to what we saw for maybe Falcons last night when they went up against Onic and maybe focused a bit too much
So
on
यार
Savero.
कड़ा.
But now it's Liquid picking up the toe.
Oo, yung Freya lang kasi talaga
तो
yung
fuck. 4 years नहीं open दे. 4
in
years
terms
open.
of the gold lane. The others,
JP को चाव है.
looking at
Interesting है
two
कड़ा.
of the best gold laners that we have here in the world. So, DLPH, they're kind of changing
Onic
things
ले
up. Really sila
Eric
nung
गाड़ी
show
तो
na,
अब चाव
sabi
खेल.
nga
अब
natin
Claude
kanina
खेल चला
na
Onic ले.
medyo nagsastruggle
Claude
yung
Lin jala
Onic
ile.
PH in working with it. Pero naalala ko din kasi yung sinabi ni Eto Max kanina that
Claude
in
Purify
this
mo ala.
matchup against
Oni-
this backsha, kasi masisipa mo lang siya. If you
Yeah.
have the tools
Hindi
to
niya.
burst it down, then maybe you have a chance
Lapu,
na
lapu.
maparag kagad yung front
What the
line.
fuck?
But
It's
Onic
lapu, lapu.
Philippines decides to go for a lapu
naman lapu, lapu.
another damage-dealing XP laner.
Nice
at
pick, यार,
isasama
carry.
mo pa yan with
Claude
this
लाने आंसर
squad.
back
Okay,
selling आंसर nice pick.
automatically
Pick off form मान
a
खेलना था.
not
TL पे तो
target
nice
for the
draft है.
toe,
Nice draft.
Perhaps to go for the Lapu Lapu right away.
One पर एक carry
Because again, there are just countless ways for a Lapu to keep himself
Carry चाव चाव नहीं
safe.
मिलता. Back selling
But
पनि
there's a
आंसर.
great
Claude ला पनि
response
lane
to the
phase में
carry
आंसर.
as
Run
well.
pick
So
and
you
carry.
see the true frontliners, main frontliners for Onic as well. You already have a huge response and answer.
Ban क्या
This
आता हूँ TL पे से.
saves the Carl PZ
Ban maze
and Sanji pick for
Oni
second
maze और
phase.
किस room बागे ना.
This is something that Liquid has only done here in this game so far for
Yeah,
this entire series.
Yeah, and from what I can remember dun sa ating real-time cooling tactics, it's TLPH's task na medyo mababaan yung sa lower tier, yung mga gold laner heroes itong sa Sabero. Kahit na sabihin natin
Yeah.
na hindi naman naging factor yun in terms of the banning
Ban,
phase,
okay.
it felt like Onic had the
Gatak
urgency
ban,
to
ano
pick
to?
up a Sabero hero right away just
Ano
because
to
of
Gatak
what
ban
he
eh?
did during game number 3. Nung nilast pick siya, it
Yung
boded
तेरी
that
ला
very
खतरा
well
होता है कड़ा.
for this
From
team
होने का
dahil nga
को लगी
meron
तर
silang
ला
aasahan up until the end. And I think this is a composition
Pick off form
na
material
Lapu
last to
might
bopal
be
undo.
a question mark for
Oh.
me sa ngayon, but it's gonna help them later on once Sabero gets his items.
Interesting though, Onic take out the Guinevere. And can I just say na this feels like nag-swap lang sila. Like this
Yeah.
this draft from Liquid seems to be like an Onic draft that
Correct.
we've seen for the first two games. And Onic this time, it seems like they're the blue
Masarapp
side
ki
Liquid
Lily
for the
tipped
past
20
two games.
rupees.
But
Manishora Masarapp
it's great that
KO,
Liquid are
check
taking
Maro
out
Dhala
again,
TW stream Nagar ne next game
Hylos.
dot
I
Kro
think that's
Dhalata
also
Jim
gonna be
Jankarea.
a really great answer. Imagine pack siya Hylos again,
Ke
paired
भन्यो
up together, diba? I think that will
Manish
finally
Horaa
enable
Masa-
what we've been looking for Onic in terms of yung fast rotations nila. I
Botness
wonder why the Kimi too. It feels so...
Yeah, dude. Like, kung tatakpan mo yung mga pangalan
Oo.
nila, you would expect that Onic
Order.
banned the Hylos and the Kimi, but it's the other way around. So, Tlph,
Killing the
they
car
probably
Leo Martin
have
Zola,
something
Leo Martin
in
safe
store
of
for
playing
us
as
here.
fighting.
Baka gumamit na naman sila ng
Freight lela
backup
ta Freight
gacha
train.
if it's still
Freight
available
train
once
din ang
again.
sakto.
Or, I mean,
Oil
not
mail
anymore
nila,
because the
maybe.
show is finally available. So, they have to worry about the
Back
team
sila
fight
karon,
itself,
sir.
and that's where the Eve comes
Eve
to play.
po
So,
ni
Cho
Coins ma,
and
back
Eve ang kanila
carry
magiging
Coins
combo
ma,
dito
previous
para kay
Coins
Sanji
pa
and
gara sa
JP.
back sila.
Okay, it's great. Because I think also the Kimi pickup would enable Onic
Pick
to
up form
just
भने
keep
pick up
their
भनेको
kiting on top and
like
Liquid might wanna fight
एकजनाले
within
उठाउने
this
क्या
box
अब
kasi nakuha na
एकजना
naman nila
उठाएर
yung
मानिस
Eve
सब
once
चाउ
again.
राम्रो हुन्छ त्यसको
So I
लागि
think this
चाउको
will
अल्ट
help
एकजना
them
मात्रै लाग्छ
execute
अनि
their
कालिया
plans in terms
यहाँ
of
चाहिँ
this
pick off
lineup.
हो कि
But for
pick off
Onic, we're looking at
एकजनालाई मार्ने भयो
a Brusco and Super Prince mid duo.
Yeah.
There's a
भोलिपल्ट लाइभ
no
डाउन
Kalea still. The Kalina is
हेरौँ
still up.
भोलि आउँछ होला भोलि त आउनु पर्यो नि
So
अपर
you
ब्याक
have to
फाइनल
really...
ओइ लुइस केटा हो
Okay.
ओइ सुपर प्रिन्स हाजिर त
I see the vision.
You see the okay.
I see the vision. Again, they can play macro with this. Pero ito na ang alas ng Cavalry.
पिनाङ नमलका
Team Liquid
केटा मेरो
Philippines
प्रोसेस गर्न सकिने यार यो त
picks up a classic hero.
लास्टमा अझै कार्टिकले लेन्स नट निकाल्दै यार बाप रे बाप के हो ड्राप त कार्ल
Team
टिसी
Liquid
रिसायो
Philippines. How are we feeling about
Sick,
Game
Carol
4?
TC. लेट्स गो कार्ल टिसी
But let me ask the Super Fam. We have the Luyi Atlas. Kumusta ang Super Fam dyan?
ब्रो ड्राफ्ट त के हो केटा हो कस्टम भनेको यो सबैले कम्फर्ट निकालिदिइसक्यो सुपर प्रिन्सको लुई राम्रो कि कार्ल टिसीको लेन्स नट हेर्नु है केटा हो
Take it away.
सबैको कम्फर्ट पिक तर रुसको
But
अन द
Red
एटलास
Cards have been unleashed.
ड्राफ्ट त
Here
के
in
हो यार
game number
अति
4,
छ यार ड्राफ्ट त गाइस
TLPH versus Onic. So many main character syndromes here. I am
अति
getting
क्रेजी ड्राफ्ट हाने यार
overwhelmed.
डिटी
I
टिमले
love it.
मजा आयो
I love
मजा
it
आयो
too.
मजा आयो जस्ट
We're gonna
ड्राफ्टमा
be
मजा
jumping into
आयो
this.
ड्राफ्ट यस्तो
Hopefully,
भएपछि त गेम हेर्नु
This one will take us to a game 5, man. Comfort
Let's go guys, this is the fourth game, hey, TLPH or Onic, let's go.
I'm wondering if TLPH will be able to get through the issues.
Sanji
that
प्युरिफायरमा
was
छैन
Brusco
ओके
on the
एटलास
show
झन्
earlier.
प्युरिफायरमा छैन
Yeah, I feel like this time around they.
क्या हो
should
ओके
pick
क्या
up-
हो
wait,
सुपर
wait.
प्रिन्स
That's some good
Fast
early
forward.
damage. Whoa!
अरे
Already an early flicker from
अरे
Sanji.
अरे अरे सुपर प्रिन्स
Yeah, I was just saying.
सुपर प्रिन्स
I mean, it's the
सुपर
same
प्रिन्सको
problem. Like
लुई
they
त
big show
अति
into
छ
a
यार
matchup, but
केटा
like,
अति नै
what
खेल्छ यार
Coach
यसले
Max said earlier, like it is a decent hero to deal versus the Baksha because you get a lot of vision early game. You get aggressive players like this, and you can essentially just control River. But I think the main strength of TL's lineup is
रिट्रीले
that
आएर मार्छ
they have
किङ
heavily, like they have a lot of like mobile heroes on their lineup.
कसले पायो
Mobility is
किङले
off
पायो
the
केटा हो
charts here. Again, can be matched by cross map
JP
plays
को
by
flicker
Loyi
निस्किन्छ
with Super Friends. JP.
JP has to burn the flicker.
दुईटाको फ्लिकर निकाल्दियो
He's going to be alive.
उसको
And that
recall.
seems to be a problem. That, okay. That,
ओनिकले त के हो
little
गोमिल
threatening
गरेछ
there,
कि
JP. You
दुईटाको
might want
फ्लिकर
to go
छैन
back, but he does. And
लापुला
that's
फ्री
the
किल है
combo in the mid that's going to continue to happen between
इभको
that
फ्लिकर
mid
आउँदैन
duo.
टटलमा
Yeah, majority of this is just showing off your force
और
very
खाइदे
early on. I think Onic does need
अति
to do that
मेरो
as well.
भाइको
And I
कर्क
think
लापु
TLPH
लापु त
feels
अति
that. I
रहेछ नि त
feel
भाइ
it.
त
As JP, you're not as safe as you were in game 1 to 3.
Yeah, and this is where things kind of become more awkward and weird for TLPH. Ideally, you want to be able to win out the first turtle, especially with this Phobius on your lineup because he's up against a Lapu Lapu, but conceptually, Onic has a lot more better kits on their side. Like, they can actually fight this first turtle, so it's awkward in a sense where TL's comp, they don't really get to play how they want to play this game.
और सान्जी लेभल 4 छैन केटा हो
He's going to
Free
slow
turtle.
down here after taking a camp in the jungle. But he goes
Nice
forward,
kick,
trying to use the
nice,
Phantom
nice.
X.
Sanji को मरो lovely
Turtle still
call.
secured.
अति
Sanji
पिरो
goes down.
मेरो
Caught easy as well. Onyx able to convert a whole lot off the first turtle.
ओनिक back
Two
to track
kills
केटा
and an
हो
objective And they'll go ahead and take out the purple buff as
Saul
well.
ini bitika area
That's just so
TLPS.
much conversion from 2 kills at purple
Sanford
as
more
well.
is the kicker Sanford.
They will lose out on the purple. Oh, JP
Well,
gets
it's a
it.
JP.
Yeah,
Might as well go to a teammate than the opposing team.
Yeah, but job done for Onic. They took out the purple. They take away a little bit of farm from QUALIFER. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough. It was actually the Tortoise Boy Sans.
Sovereign late game se kihalcha
maybe
super
2
pitch
HP
lane
left,
se
I don't
kihalcha.
know, but King Kong didn't even use retry for the turtle.
There you go.
Lui ban
That
नगर
is
गल्ती
huge.
गरेर
Just to be able to
TLP
use it actually,
TLP
if
त
ever
गल्ती
there was
गर्यो
like a post-turtle fight.
पिक अफ
Fatal
JP
Link's
मर्यो
gonna bring out JP.
lovely pick off
Can't
यो हो के केटा पिक अफ भनेको
And this is why I asked the question. Is he going to make this Cho work throughout this game? Diversion going to be used. They're going for QUALIFER again.
Test
They
the
stun
ball.
him out in the jungle.
Test the
Thorn
ball.
isn't
Test
going
the
to
ball,
help you
Super
here,
Freeze.
QUALIFER.
छोड दे कारल टीसी लाई
This is what I was saying earlier.
देखायो
TLPH
कस्तो वान्टेड खतरा हो
they don't seem to work with
Sports
what they
limited
wanted
खेला
to
केटा
play
एकदम
in the
3
game.
oh
They had a full views. They had
Sand
to
Coins
win the
लाभ
first
कसरी
turtle.
किन देखाइरहेको
But because of this Lancelot last pick, as much as I like seeing Carl Nepomuceno on the Lancelot, there's just a big disconnect with the way they
support
and how they want to play this game.
Especially since the Cho can't really do pressure that much. There's no kill
Yeah.
potential.
You were so bad in the
Who are you
creature
going to pressure here? I mean, that in itself is a very, very big problem that needs to be
केटा
addressed
सदर
very
मेक सिट लाइक
soon.
सिम केटा
because
त्यसै लाइक कुन लाइक
they're
सक्यो
starting to,
लाइक एन्ड
to lose out
लाइक
on
एन्ड
gold.
सब्सक्राइब
Yeah, because the question you ask Tlph is where's the damage coming from? Especially up against heroes like Lapu Lapu, Baxia, even an Atlas. Like you have the bypass, but there's no damage. Onic can outlive you in the fight. So for Tlph, they have to slow the game down.
Kongले अब रिट्री हानेर मार्छ
Against
केटा
the Phobius and the way Tlph's play, they want to force a lot of aggression in the early game, but
Free
they just
turtle,
can't.
I completely agree. There's so much shielding that you need to go through. There's so
Or-
much.
or
There's so much
no
shields.
sort of
And
not
again,
for-
map pressure from Super Prince.
Oh, diversion to
Wait,
mid. Claps down
for
on
Mark,
Sanford.
for-
King Kong gets the turtle. They're looking for a kill. Gate
What the
JP
fuck,
goes
more than
for
enough.
a kill. He gets one, but he's stuck
Nice
in the mid
one,
lane
yaar,
as he
Onic
falls.
mid to
No
5
one goes down from Onic.
And the
Or
one
the
time
optical
JP
is
gets
like
a
a
good
dog,
kick in, he gets mowed down.
Yeah, Onic, they're doing a fantastic job of knowing how to play the map in this game. You have to meet Liquid at all fronts. Wherever the aggression is, you go there. Which is why this Louis pickup is so amazing from Super Friends. Tlph, they have a greedy lineup. So anything that they force against you, you contest for if you're Onic.
This Loyi pickup is just giving such a big headache to Tlph right now. You can see it,
And
right?
stamping
It's so easy to get flanked by a Loyi, maybe even just Atlas sending Brusco to the back. That's already going to be so much anxiety.
Another diversion. Going
Carl!
for Carl Teasy. Thorn Rose going to be used. They go with a fatal links. Carl, you can't even play in game 4.
0-3-0.
A layering
Nice,
from
JP.
King Kong.
There's a kick.
Nice,
At least they get something. Super Prince to fall. Brusco's going to be able to get away, but man, you have stalled
0-3-0
Carl
चार
Teasy on this
Carl
Lancelot. The
Sovereign
hero he's
lane
known
feeling
for
it,
playing and has done so many amazing things on. Well, against this lineup, he's not able to do too much.
That's one way to get into this game, get back into it, get into the head of Carl Teasy.
Yeah.
Make him play, make him have a very bad game.
Yeah, if you look back to regular season, the only game where it looked like Liquid was immortal was when Carl Teasy suffered 7 deaths on Hayabusa. And Onic, they can do the same thing here to shut down this Lancelot.
Oh, Sanford, I don't think he's going to escape this either. Kirk will get that kill. Great rotate from King Kong. And man, Onic is on fire right now in this game.
Yeah, and Tlph have a big problem right now. Savero's massive. He's winning the 1v1 against Steady. And now they're just constantly looking for plays.
Looking for more. Brusco.
Yeah, they can afford to do stuff like that over and over again.
Yep.
Now it's going to be a turtle priority. And Carl Teasy's just no shape to contest this.
Yeah, there's no damage.
Yeah, you just have to forfeit this last turtle. You are losing on all fronts here for Team Liquid. And Onic has done a great job continuing to keep the pressure up. Kurt, he'll burn the flicker. RWM dropped down 2 from Sanji, his own flicker. So a couple things traded on both sides.
Yeah. Most wasted battle spell. Oh, Carl!
Carl!
Okay, he has a puncture, but I was gonna say most wasted battle spell, especially the one that Kurt just used, is not worth it. JP!
Big flicker.
Goes in with a kick.
Nice.
Super Prince able to get away. Good fatal links from Brusco to save Super Prince.
Atlas feels like
JP
just
go
a
kicked it all
point
off
and
his
shoot,
head.
right? Like he just uses fatal links. everything they just fall apart. They just run away.
That's a big ult to use though for Onic just to save a Louis. Earlier, the flicker from Kirk, I would say that's worth it because you're essentially still controlling the map.
True.
And you're lessening the answers coming out from Liquid, but JP forcing a flicker and an ult from your side is definitely not a good, a good trade. Tlph, a bit of a good force, I would say, from the show, but they're still not out of this annoying window where Onic can just constantly play.
Masarapp ki lily tipped 20 rupees. Hiram super friendly parry. Ma mojga na pane vayo ki Sanford. Le mojga na pane vayo rolling on the floor laughing resembri.
Onic. But Contizi will be able to get out just fine. He is very mobile on this landslide.
They're doing so many big plays, but it's so inexpensive to keep doing that over and over again, right? This Louis is getting maximized, maximum stonks.
Yeah.
And Onic is 4K.
Again, all you want right now is for Onic to sit on the side lane, TP back to mid, defend the tower, make sure that Teddy's farming, and just remove some of the side lane pressure that Tlph can apply on this game because they can definitely do that.
Let's go for it. Watching Get Out. Make sure to like this stream, like and subscribe, and get us up.
You play safe on mid, you play side lanes, let the Cloud farm, and then just play for objective.
What's up with JP?
Fatal Links again. JP. He does get out with the G Kundo. He's still able to get there. King Kong jumping. Good body block from Sanford. But now he's taking the brunt of damage. Sanji will drop down their RWM. There's Kirk jumping into the back line. Good kick from JP to work for it. But JP falls anyway. Sanford's still going to be live. Kirk gets a double. It's all worth it for Kirk.
He's chasing.
He wants to chase.
Oh, no puncture.
Puncture through Thorn there as well, but he gets slammed down on and now
0-4-0 to add card.
Game 1 and 2.
0-4-0.
A bit flustered. The GOAT has
0-4-0 Carl Dizzy.
He thought he had a target to puncture through, but there was nobody in the grass.
Oh, man. This is not what I expected Lancelot to come back in the playoffs with. 0-4 and 0-1 a car right now. Onic knows how to deal with this.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's just so simple for Onic. You force fights, you contest wherever Liquid is, and then you're just winning a team fight straight out, especially with Kirk playing as aggressive as he can.
He feels like a Clerk at this point because from game 1 up to this point, game 4, think about the evolution in the games. He was pretty much shut down in the early game 1, game 2. Starts to pop off game 3. Now even here more so, 6-1 on this Lapu Lapu. Kirk is doing so much across the map and into these team fights. He's a threat himself. You know, we talked about the question of when Sanford was playing that Paquito in the earlier part of the series. Is he the damage guy? Well, look at Kirk, man. They got to worry about him. And while the whole time, Severo's farming up.
Oh, Carl.
Oh, King Kong.
This is annoying. This is annoying. If you're a Carl TZ, like, every time you see King Kong, you're going to be so flustered. TP.
Off map TP.
Version used. Lord will charge into that bottom base turret.
Fluffy Zen tipped 50 rupees. One self-proclaimed Nepal #1 was saying bad to Kirk, Abba, Vanavai, Kirk. Kirk the GOAT.
Calm down.
2 fall for Team Liquid and a base turret as well.
The Monster Mage reminding everyone just who he is. Atlas kill him, he will catch you.
Atlas kill him,
2 damn games from Onic. 2 straight comfort lineups for the Super Family, and this is what you get. The gods are bleeding on the side of Tlph. That bait from Brusco, a fake back into Flicker with a Fatal Links. Set up for an amazing fight for Onic and even Super Prince. Flickering on the front lines just to take down the GOAT.
Brusco's doing everything right here on this Atlas. That's very hard to do. Usually you'd be messing up a few times. He's just going.
Brusco, he's
कसरी आएन सान्ची सान्चीले ओल्ड हानेको रहेछ यार सान्ची अति यार्दी मार्दा आएर लभली किक जेपी को You can only get one scratch get out. Corky more. You can kill the Sanford को don't get out. Oh my god. Carl TZ. देखे नि किन गोट केडा यो गोट किन देखे नि तिमीले गोट किन देखे नि तिमीले केडा हो ओ गेम सक्नुहुन्छ के
It's Brusco left against
Fuck you game. Fuck you.
Brusco They still have it up.
4
They're gonna
seconds
go
on Fritz.
for it. Brusco.
Super Prince है, Super Prince है. Clear, clear.
Super
Karan
Prince
मरे,
is
Karan
up.
क्या हो
The
गया?
game isn't over just yet.
Karan बाजे यार. Oh my God, Karan
Man, oh
DC.
man,
Oh
TLPH
my
just
God.
reminding everyone
Goat
what they're
यार.
capable of.
Surma 0-4-0 थे यार.
One wrong
Oh
point
my
from
God,
the
Karan.
Super family, and the goal lead has now come down to a halt. TLPH has
Bro,
clawed their
it's
way
oh my.
back.
क्यों
An
बढ़िया कर रहा?
amazing response from
JP
Sanji
को
with a
lobby
rearward
engage है,
manipulation flicker from
JP
JP
ने कर दबाया
and
सब पे.
Carl
Lobby engage है,
Teasy
JP.
finding the dashes, finding the
Lobby engage है,
punctures,
JP को
and
बोलता है.
finding the targets
Carl
on the
को
side
clean
of
up है
Onic
तो.
Sanford as
Dash.
well, staying
Sabir
so damn good in the front lines.
Going in.
Nice.
Severo gets it.
Severo gets it. There's the fatal links.
Big trouble. JP's low.
Bola game 5 है ना मजे करा.
They're going for more calm. He's
Karan
up in the front. He's gonna pop
घुसी
the
रहा था
jam
तो
in.
कराओ.
You just gotta deal with this Lord now.
OTP.
Oh, diversion.
Diversion. Big one. Big
Gonna
one.
use this. Going for Carl. Thorn Rose. He
Oh
pops it. Carl Teasy survives against it all. But they have to deal with the Lord. They gotta go for the
ओए
reset.
माँ कसम.
No freaking way. Carl TC again with the punctures. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know what to say, man. This
That's
is just
आने को नौ
a
देवी कौन तो स्क्रीन पे
masterclass,
आने
a
का?
showdown between one and actually not one, two of the strongest teams in the league.
You know what it
Damn,
is,
bro.
man.
Carl
It's over.
TC, bro.
Superstar triggers popping off
Fucking
all
goat.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Goat of
Absolute cinema.
The clutch gene.
It's all
Across this
going
man.
on, man.
You gotta think how delayed, how much pressure Carl Teasy dealt with in the beginning of this game, mid-game. And it's only
Late game
him
com round में
that
TLPH
can
को.
do things like this on this
Late game
Lancelot
com में जीतता है
and make
TLPH.
moves and turns like this in the game.
And man, I just want to highlight Sanford on this full view. So
हाँ,
damn annoying
0-4-0
in the
lanes
front
और
line.
टेस्ट तो
So
पता खेल दिन जाए.
freaking tanky against Onic, where they have to find the
इसने
engagement.
बॉल लगे
Sanford has
TLPH.
always
Already
been
जति हारे
on the
पनि
base of the damage
10
dealers,
भए पनि
effectively shutting down some
आफ्नो
of the
best
response
दिन्छ क्या?
from
Demotivate
Onic
हुँदैन.
Philippines. And now you have Steady Teddy on the carry, fed up with what
Sanji
happened in
going
the early
180
game. Now
रे?
he has items.
It's starting to hurt, man. That carry is
170
starting to become
से आएगा
even more
more
of
से
a
क्या
threat.
Sanji
Something that
बच्चे.
we didn't see in the first 12
Fate
minutes
वाला
of the
game सही
game.
नहीं थी.
This is looking very, very even. And that goal lead they were working on for 12 minutes is gone.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday. Carl Teasy invaded early
We
game,
have a game,
level
bro.
3
What
internal,
lovely game, man.
able to claw his way back to an MVP performance.
ये कारण
The
ले
question
रुकने पड़
is,
जाए.
can
कारण
he
ले
do that
तो
for a
सीख
ticket
रहा
to
है.
Paris?
No way we do it again, right? No way we see it. They're literally one game away from their EWC ticket. And all of that, again, just relying on very micro plays, very micro mistakes, and the great catches, by the way. JP caught Super Fins that last engage as well.
Masarapp, Big Daddy, tipped 67 rupees. Yesterday was fun, baby girl, and Carl was just quick as me.
Good ways to engage against this
ये donation
re-engage
हो
comp from
गया
TLPH,
man.
especially with the way Sanji has been utilizing
Thank you so
the
much
real-world
for
manipulation
67
just to counter
NPR.
the Fatal Links engage from Onic. And Sanford as well, a big issue for Onic because even Severo cannot find a good blazing duet if Sanford hasn't used the passive.
Paris को लागि हेर त सब जना जस्तो गुम्बा. ओइ के गेम बोल्यो यो Onic यस्तो नभन यार.
Oh,
What they're able to do, this is an interesting position.
all right.
Again, they have diversion. They will
Trying to
go
bait
ahead and
out.
clear out that bottom
Sanji.
wave. They'll take
Sanji.
He sees them.
Wait.
Oh, what a crowd going to use Carl. Takes the brunt of the damage into the
Arre
fatal links
man,
as well.
super free.
JP still got an
Super
immortality.
free.
It's going to be
Super
pop.
free.
It's a counter punch.
Sanford.
Wow! Drops in.
What a
And
super
now
free for it.
Fritz in trouble in the back line.
TLPH is taken out.
Taking
TLPH
him
is
out. And now he's going to be working for Brusco.
TLPH what a gang, bro.
Comes in
TLPH
for
Sanji.
Team
Fucking
Liquid Philippines. Carl in the base. It's only Severo left
GG यार
alone
TLPH get out.
against the full cavalry of Team Liquid. And
Get out
the base
TLPH to MSC get out.
is
Sakila
only
MSC में
Severo.
Sakila get out.
That's it. Team
GG
Liquid
get out.
will punch their ticket to the grand final.
MSC get out. MSC.
EWC 26.
Let's go Team Liquid guys. Let's go.
They don't stop. They
तो होती है यार guys.
the way. clawing their way
Crazy
back
gang took it last to
with
that.
the goat.
Nice.
The easy clutch change.
Congrats at
Clutches
TLPS.
Paris for
MSC
Team
slot secured, eh?
And what a way to do it with the signature Lancelot. Its first appearance in the playoffs,
game.
ensuring their grand final
It
spot.
all make
And
sure to like this
once
stream,
more,
guys.
their appearance.
तिमीहरूलाई म लास्टको
Paris,
ग्याङ
what
देखाउँछु केटा
a way
लास्टको
to
ग्याङ
do it.
लास्टको ग्याङ अति अति भयो के केटा लास्टको ग्याङ
What they're able to do, this is an interesting
कतिमा
position.
देखाउँछु
See them.
यहाँ हेर है
And they have diversion.
सान्जी
They won't
यता
go
हेर
ahead
है
and clear out.
सान्जीले सेकेन्ड स्किल राखिरहेको छ होइन अनि यहाँ अल्टको फेस सकिने बित्तिकै सेकेन्ड स्किल फुल्ली हान्छ क्या हेर है
Out that bottom wave.
अनि भिजन दियो होइन सबजना अनि जेपीले इन्गेज गर्छ सिधै फ्लिकर अल्ट हान्न खोज्छ सुपर फिन्सलाई हेर है तिमीहरू
You see them.
अनि सुपर फिन्सले हेर न विन्टर क्राउन हान्छ क्या ब्रो विन्टर क्राउन जेपीले हगेको होइन क्या सुपर फिन्सले विन्टर क्राउन हानेको क्या ड्याम ब्रो कस्तो खेलेको यार किङ कङ यही छ स्टिल किङ कङ किन यता गयो यार अनि त्यसपछि के भयो त्यसपछि ब्रुसकोले के गर्यो
Oh, what a crowd could use Carl. Takes the brunt of the damage into the fatal.
कार्ल किन यता आएन कार्ल एटलास गोल्डमा किन आएन कार्ल
He sees them. TV. Oh, what a crowd could use Carl.
फुल्ली आएन हेर न कार्ल के भयो यार या तर त्यही पनि स्टिल टिएलपीले जित्नु पनि थियो क्या कसरी हार्यो ए टिएलपी चाहिँ ओनिकले
Takes the brunt of the damage into the fatal links.
या सबै कार्ल कसरी बाँचिरहेको छ क्या स्टिल बाँचिरहेको छ यार कार्ल डिजे यार व्हाट द
As well. JP still got an immortality.
तो सान्जीको पोकले दुखायो नि सान्जीले लास्टै पोक गरिरहेको छ हेर सबलाई
It's going to be popped. It's a counter punch.
स्यानफोर्ड ब्रो स्यानफोर्डले टिम फाइट चेन्ज हानेको हेर न स्यानफोर्डलाई हेर न हेर केटा
Links as well.
चारजना
still got an
उफार्यो
immortality.
स्यानफोर्डलाई हेर न यार
It's going to be popped. It's a counter punch
Oh
from
my
Stanford.
God, Stanford.
Drops in. And now Super Friends in trouble in the back line. Sandy's taking him out. And now he's going to be working for Brusco.
GG, bro. Oh my
comes in
God, bro.
close for Team Liquid Philippines.
To MSC.
देख्यो नि
I'm
स्यानफोर्ड
very happy.
केटाहरू तिमीहरू नम्बर 1
I
एक्स प्लेयर इन द
expect it,
वर्ल्ड
but I'm very happy. Bonjour. He says hi.
And bonjour also.
कङ्ग्रेट्स एट टिएलपीएसले सेक्युर गरे केटा एमएससी स्लट खो एमएससी मा सबै टिमको गान फाट्छ
You realize
Kahit na may cash. Average
that your heart rate is so low
टप
even if
गेम
you
हो
clash.
अति मिठो गेम भयो यार यो त
apat, tatlo,
Even if it's 4, 5 people, you stay composed.
talaga yung composure.
How important is your composure?
फाइनल ओका
And especially in a very
देखि
important match like this.
म त खुसी छु केटा एमएससी
He's
पुगिसक्यो
focused
मलाई
in
पुग्यो
game.
टिएलपीएच एमएससी पुगिसक्यो मलाई पुग्यो
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm happy for TLPS, the number 1 team in the world right now.
A slow start. Carl TZ. Guys, we here.
फाल्कन भर्छ ओनिक रिम्याच केटा हो त्यति बेला चाहिँ अब मेरो छाती दुख्छ क्या केटा हो अति किनकि एउटा टिम इलिमिनेट हुन्छ जान पाउँदैन एमएससी दुःख लाग्छ केटा अब निकी फाल्कनको लागि जो गएन त्यसको लागि दुःख लाग्छ
What was going through your mind after that slow start?
भोलि फायर म्याच चाहिँ केटा आज फाल्कन चाहिँ नहारोस् कि आज हार्यो भने त म त फाल्कनलाई जिन्दगी सपोर्ट गर्दिनँ यार आज
I
हार्यो
didn't know what the shot call.
Sabi ko lang, isang mali lang nila.
But you know, he was just
Fuck
waiting for that
good
one
there, man. I don't
small
know
mistake,
what to
one
short call,
window,
but
and we
just
can come
to
back
keep it
off
wrong.
from this.
To Paris. But Carl, mabalik ko lang. Your road
Carl,
started.
let's talk about this again. Your road started here in San Juan Arena after you won the SEA Games. Now you have the opportunity to make history again.
ब्रो बिग सर्ट आउट जेपी यार जेपीले गर्दा गेम चेन्ज भयो यार सुरुमा पिक अफ कस्तो राम्रो राम्रो हान्नु थियो यार जेपीले चाउ पनि यस्तो राम्रो खेलिरहेको छ यार जेपीले आई थिङ्क जेपी नम्बर 1 रोम नै होला यार वर्ल्डको अहिले फर स्योर किनकि अहिले सेटवाला हिरो पनि खेलिरहेको छ लाइक चाउ होइन अनि रोममा गाटो काइलस यस्तो सबैले धेरै धेरै नै इम्प्याक्ट दिन्छ क्या जेपीले
Masarapp Q Lily tipped 20 rupees. Can't spell Severo without save. So, Bro saved Ultimate of Claude for next game versus Falcons. W Kirk Goat.
यो पक्कै यो लुफी छैन क्या यो जेपीले डिजर्भ गर्छ यार एमभीपी जेपीले सबै गेम परफर्म गरेछ यो गेम पनि सुपर फिन्सले विन्टर क्राउन हानेर मात्रै हो सुपर फिन्सको हेर न यार रिफ्लेक्स जेपीले हान्छ भने त्यसले विन्टर क्राउन हानेको क्या कसरी एक्सपेक्ट गर्छ क्या चाउ प्लेयरले त्यसरी त्यही पनि यार क्रेजी यार जेपी बिग सर्ट आउट विथ जेपी किनकि रोम प्लेले त्यति जति राम्रो खेले पनि त्यति इम्प्याक्ट हुँदैन अहिले पनि कार्ल डिजीले गर्यो होइन यस्तो यस्तो देखाइरहेको छ तर कार्ल डिजीले गरेको नै हो अभियसली बट जेपीको इन्गेज बिना त्यो पोसिबलै थिएन नि जेपीले पुरै फ्लिकर हानेर सुपरमिनलाई पक्रिरहेछ अनि पो ड्यास हानेर भ्याइरहेछ त जिजी यार केटा लभली गेम है केटा ओनीको साइडबाट पनि लभली खेल्छ यार यो गेम कमब्याक कसरी हाने यार टिएलपीए चाहिँ जिजी यार भोलिको म्याच चाहिँ मेरो छाती दुख्छ यार भोलिको म्याच त म कसै टिमलाई एउटा टिम इलिमिनेट नै हुन्छ यार ओनीकै फाल्कनमा ल केटा आजको लागि त्यति नै गरौँ होइन गाइस आजको गेम हेर्नु चाहिँ मजा आयो ओनिकले टफ फाइट दियो यार टिएलपिएसलाई वाइल्ड सो वेल प्लेड यार ओनिक एज वेल एज टिएलपिएस त आजको लागि यति नै गरौँ गाइस अब भोलिको स्ट्रिममा भेटौँ न ओनिक भर्सेस फाल्कन नै हुन्छ मोस्ट प्रोबेबली किनकि फाल्कनले जित्छ होला लोवर ब्याकेटबाट त्यो स्मार्ट ओमेगाले त जित्नु पर्ने हो भोलि भेटौँ है गाइस अनि भयो स्यान्डफोर्ड यसको एउटा प्लेले गर्दा यसले एमबी पाएर नि यार केटा क्रेजी यार त्यो प्ले त अति थियो यार नम्बर 1 एक्सपी इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ गाइस कति वर्षदेखि नम्बर 1 नै छ क्या यो त M4 देखि अहिलेसम्म नम्बर 1 मै छ यार यसको M5 मा चाहिँ उते थियो फ्ल्याप चम्किरहेको थियो वाइल त्यसपछि त कन्टिन्युसली स्यान्डफोर्डै हो यार एभ्री फकिङ टाइम 2-3 वर्ष डोमिनेट गरेछ एक्सपीको ओभरअल सिने पहिला एडवर्ड थियो एमथ्रीतिर त्यसपछि स्यान्डफोर्ड आयो त्यसपछि फ्ल्याप आयो फेरि ब्याक टु स्यान्डफोर्ड द गोट यार स्यान्डफोर्ड एक्सपीमा त म यसको गेम प्ले हेरेर लास्ट इन्सपायर्ड हुन्छ यार एभ्री टाइम यसको गेम प्ले हेरेर म जहिले इन्सपायर्ड हुन्छ है धेरै कुरा सिक्न मिल्छ स्यान्डफोर्डबाट हेर न यो गेम लास्ट गेम पनि हेर फोबियस कस्तो 4 जनालाई उफाइदिरहेको थियो यार Damn, bro. M6 कर्क म काउन्ट गर्दिनँ मेरो लागि चाहिँ अभियसली नम्बर 1 नै हो स्यान्डफोर्ड एभ्री टाइम एमएसमा पनि राम्रो खेलिरहेको छ M7 पनि राम्रो M7 पनि राम्रै खेलिरहेको थियो तर निनले बेटर खेल्यो तब त्यो म्यालुफिजन के भन्छ त केटा अब भयो भने बेलुका स्ट्रिम गर्छ एमआरको तर मेरो नि स्ट्रिम छ सो स्ट्रिम गर्न भ्याउँछु कि भ्याउँदिनँ अब एमआरओ खेल्यो भने चाहिँ म स्ट्रिम गर्छु नभए चाहिँ स्ट्रिम गर्न भ्याउँदिनँ गाइस बट भोलि चाहिँ म गर्छु भोलिको चाहिँ 12-1 बजीतिर हुन्छ गाइस लाइभ भोलि चाहिँ ढिलो गरिदिनु ल आजको लागि यति नै गाइस थ्याङ्क यू सो मच है सबैलाई स्ट्रिममा को आउनु भएको छ थ्याङ्क यू सो मच गाइस अब बेलुका कि भोलि भेटौँ न बाई बाई गाइस टेक केयर सबैलाई बाई बाई गाइस